All right, so you may be wondering why am I playing this? And the answer is, well, there is this new species which I haven't touched, and I am going to touch now. Yeah, and we're gonna be playing Coglin Hunter, and it's gonna be fun. I would like to believe that it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try my best for it to be fun. So that's what we are doing today. Um, where exactly are these things engraved? Do your launchers start with names if you are what is going on with Coglin? I do not understand. Why do I start with double slings? Like I mean I guess that's nice because that is what I wanted to do, double slings. But why do I start with two and why are they named? Let me read this. You can wield a second weapon in your offhand. Something that Crawl devs passionately said they were never gonna do. And here it is. Takes a long time for you to wield or remove held weapons. Your first few attacks do less damage. You cannot equip rings or amulets. This is gonna be terrible. These guys do get um, perks. I don't know if they get one or two. I would like to believe that they get two. So the attacks do less damage. I wonder if they take longer. Um, yeah, doesn't really seem to be the case. So Coglin Hunter. Um, Not much to say about it just yet. It is the one, and I am not playing a mage, so I am capable of killing the one just fine. We get dexterity. Your brain swirls with designs for an aluminum transducer. You just need some more time. An aluminum transducer. 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 Did it really say transducer? What even is a transducer? Maybe it is something that exists in real life, but I don't know. Transducer. I still have no idea why they have inscriptions. Surely I'm not gonna stick with these slings for the entire game, right? Pretty funny that you do start with two slings. I wonder if I beat these guys. Ooh, one of those has a halberd. I had to go for butterflies there. I wonder if these guys, if you start with a hunter, do you always get a scroll butterflies, or is that like a specific thing that you get all the time, no matter what you would get in your seat? Like with a with a scroll butterflies, could I still get a scroll summoning? No idea. Shining one, Beog or Ignis. The Shining one. That is nice because I wanted to go the Shining one in the tournament and I never did it. But the games during the tournament took me too long. Also, I forgot why I was able to get in so many games in the tournament in previous years. It's because I streamed in the weekends, and this time I didn't stream in the weekends. I could have, but I didn't even think about doing it. I should have, perhaps. This is a problem. Yeah, maybe if I had not spent my time trying to shoot at the Scorpion, I would have been able to close the door on it. I might be dead. We found curing. I might not be dead. Alright. First potion that I drank was curing, exceedingly lucky. Torment? Oh yeah, it is marked as evil because the shining one. How like I guess it's really a matter of time to see how this Coglin is gonna go. I really thoroughly despise that you do not get to put on rings. That's a really bad thing, and I'm not a fan. Orb of Guile, Okawaru. If I hadn't already gone Shining one, maybe Okawaru could be interesting. What? Excuse me? What? Where did I pick those up? Wow. No, really, when did I pick those up? Hello, Badrat. I mean, I'll take it. They were on the floor, a stack of two, in what was it, D1 or D2 perhaps? Yeah, must have been D2, or D1 or D2. The two potions of experience on D1. I'm gonna wait until I level up to 6 and then I'm gonna drink them both. Like I'm gonna shotgun them. Um, and we shall see how it goes. But I am expecting things to go very well now that I have acquired two potions of experience. This is gonna be kind of ridiculous. Careful with the priests. I don't even know how much HP these guys get. Let's see. They get 5 willpower per level, 0 HP, 0 mana, 0 experience. That's nice because it means that they don't get negatives. 3 evocations, -3 shields. That's the developers telling you, hey, we really want you to use 2 weapons with this species that has the 2 weapon mechanic. Should get my trinket thing. Do you get only one in the whole run, or do you get multiples? I hope you get multiples, or at least you get to upgrade the one that you get. Yeah, just waiting for the level up. Ah, there we go. And now we drink these delicious potions of experience. Goes to ranged weapons. Your brain swirls with the sign for a radial physiobator. Physiobator. I'm starting to think that these things do not exist. Um, and now we get fighting. What a power increase. No, really, that's ridiculous. I had less than 44 HP actually. I had 38 HP. I went from 38 HP to 72 HP. That's insane. Actually insane. Potions of experience early on are the most impactful thing that you can get, I think. It is ridiculous how crazy they can be. Yeah, and of course now I am ridiculously strong for level 4. Um, I can probably kill anything that I come across. That's how powerful I feel. I guess these guys are supposed to wield hand cannons. I think that slings are the only one-handed common launcher now. I'm still trading ranged because I want min delay on these. Um, I could turn it off if I really felt like it, try something else, but it's fine. Hello, Seth No One. Thank you for stopping by. We are doing some launchery things with this character. We of course find blinking. Yes, we do. You think that this is the sewer? It may be. After all, it does have river rats. Sigmund has a rare item. What do you have? Holy wand. Going to drink willpower. 68% to hit. Yeah. Polymorph 7%. Okay, Sigmund dies easy, but it is way too late, and I did drink 2 potions of experience, so I don't get a lot of juice out of Sigmund. It's fine. We still level up to 9. At which point do these guys get their replacement for their amulets and rings and stuff? 14? Oh, that is gonna take a while. It does seem like it arrives close to the point where I would like to have it. I'm a bit surprised that I was not walking into the sewer with so many green rats. Where exactly could the sewer be? I have no idea. This is very distant. It may be here in this room. Oh no, it's not a sewer. It's an ossuary. Should have paid attention to that. Why do I confuse sewers and ossuaries? Anyway, I didn't find it because I didn't have a scroll. Caure. Does weak affect your launchers, or does it only affect melee? Your attacks are enfeebled. Oh, I think I understand why they are named now, so that you can differentiate between them like these. Weak is melee only. I don't know if it's melee only or weapons only, but it didn't really seem to be that much of a problem anyway. And we're killing things pretty good. This is kind of crazy. Yeah, Eustachium and Caure, Sigmund, they're not really standing much of a chance. Such is the power of finding 2 potions of experience before finding the temple. I'm glad that I didn't die in that situation where I thought I might die before I had the potions. With the potions, that greatly removes most of the danger that the early game poses. I guess I can still have situations like this that are kind of annoying. Look at that, it's a little bit of the Shining One piety. A little bit. Hopefully we see more whites and demons and stuff. Not the kind of thing I would like to see normally. Why did I not pick that up? Yeah, not the kind of thing that I would like to see normally, but I do like the Shining One piety. Also, shouldn't be that hard to kill them because of the Shining One giving me resistance to negative, so I take less damage from them. When it comes to damage dealing, it seems that we are set. How much do you value the Shining One in 3 rune? I like the Shining One a lot. Does it automatically fire the offhand? Yes, yes it does. I didn't even think about the possibility that it could not do that, but it would be nonsensical if it didn't do it. Yeah, pressing tab shoots the two of them at the same time. You know, it would be real neat to find some form of slaying. I do think that it is going to be exceedingly hard to do so because I cannot just find and put on a Ring of Slaying. Gonna be a little bit more complicated than that. Yeah, I like the Shining One in a 3 rune. At the very beginning, it is okay because you get see invisible from the Halo. You also get more accuracy. Both of those things are real nice. Later on, like with this character, I could get the shield. Cleansing Flame is not really that amazing in a 3 rune game. Like that really shines in 15 runes because whatever piety it costs, it usually gains it back right away because you're just killing things. It is really powerful. Um, of course, the angels are really neat as well. We get a short bow, but I think that for the short bow, I need 2 hands, and by extension, it's not as good as just using 2 slings. Pretty funny that these guys start with 2 slings. However, I'm very happy about that because I have not found any that I can think of. We got some acid skills. I'm going to put them on. And guarantees to get an option with slaying from the gizmo according to the wiki. It is extremely tempting, but why would you grab that on a character that doesn't get ring slots? I feel like you only grab it if you already are really, really strong when it comes to resistances. And I don't think this is that character. Or at least it hasn't been that character so far. We have not found anything that is not body armor, which is a bit of a shame. I wish I had anything that is not body armor. We found gloves. That is neat. Gonna make use of those. Yeah, the shining one was a good value. Gave me the see invisible for the wizard, the manticore. If it was not for this orc, I could close the door on that and it would be neat, but fortunately, there is an orc that will open the door, unless I read a scroll of poison. But if I read a scroll of poison, I won't be able to. Uh, thinking about thinking about things. So, what if I read poison, then close this door, like this door, and that will remove all of the poison here, and then I just go through the door. And I think that these guys cannot really follow me because they don't want to step on the poison. But if I move over here, okay, that doesn't really work. Yeah, it doesn't work very well. I'm thinking here because I don't think I beat all of that. Manticore especially might be a little bit too much for me at the moment. I'm just gonna play it safe, read delay. Yeah, like maybe if I was fighting the Manticore alone, but the bee was a little bit scary. However, I didn't really think of the Shining One Halo there. The Shining One Halo is huge for killing high evasion monsters like that. Yep. Not really shining there, but there we go. I feel like with other characters, it would have taken me longer. Really hurt. And I don't have digging. Of course, I don't. Very early in the game, so I don't have digging. Should be able to kill a single priest with this amount of HP, and that we do. Hello, Death Apparatus. Just find Hat of the Alchemist? Ah, one can hope. Yeah, that would indeed be quite convenient. Delay for this is 0.7. It is 0.7. So letter. Nah, I would rather have the acid scales that I have now. I valued throw letter a lot more back when it was 4 armor class. Now that it is 3 armor class, it is pretty under, not underpowered, but like under, not very exciting. Yeah, I guess that's a better way to put it. It's not like I am like, oh, throw letter armor, let's go, like I had been in the past with the unnerfed version. Yeah, underwhelming is a good word to describe that. Underwhelming. I have almost no hex ones, or like almost no ones in general, so no reason for me to be training the vocables for now. I'll do it at some point because I have +3. No guarantee of finding hard hand cannons are rare. Yep, no hand cannons. Hopefully we do find a hand cannon. I would like to not be stuck with 2 slings for the whole game. Because of situations like these where monster appears at full screen, has some semblance of armor class, and then I cannot kill it. It seems like a nasty bolt, you know, the likes of which often make me quite annoyed, so perhaps I shouldn't do it, but on the other hand, these bolts always have some okay loot, and I am definitely looking forward to receiving some okay loot. Orc bow, maybe triple crossbow and switch for high armor class. You see them in Orc pretty often from those really annoying enemies. Oh yeah, like those really annoying enemies. The Cobalt Blast Miners. But don't they have like a special hand cannon that gets destroyed whenever they die? I remember something like that. Oh, that's a center warrior. You know what? I have 50 something HP. I can kill it if it's within melee range and I'm at full HP, and maybe if I have a net, which I don't. I also don't have curare. And it's a shame because I feel like we're almost done with this vault and I am so close to the loot. The worst thing that could happen is if that vault doesn't have any loot. That would suck. Let me read scrolls. Maybe I have, aha, something along those lines. Okay, that's neat. But what I'm really looking for is acquirement, of course. Enchant weapon. I'm just gonna stack one of my slings so that when I find a hand cannon, I just toss the unupgraded one. No need to spread around my enchants and like brands and stuff. This could be annoying. There have arbalists and bombards. 48. Delightful. I'm gonna try to walk away from it. Man. Found some boots. Let's go. Tengu Warrior. Isn't it a bit too early for a Tengu Warrior? Yeah, I don't think I beat it. Not while it is at melee range. And also it had support, right? Like there were things behind it. I think that it is for the best if I leave that for later. Okay, that's the lair entrance. They can be in bolts at D10. Yeah, just like that center warrior that we saw earlier. Maybe the two-head ogre as well, but maybe not. Yeah, I don't wanna get hit by the wyverns. The wyvern doesn't care and still chooses to come next to me. Maybe I should kill the raid first, because the raid could make me slow, and that could be bad. Alright, we are good. Thanks to the use of the scroll of poison, I feel like it apported a little bit. The the Scorp didn't step on the poison, and the wyvern that did step in the poison got seriously damaged from it. We found some might, which is completely useless if you're a launcher character, and we are a launcher character. We can drop them. I highly doubt there's gonna be any situation where I would like to drink a potion of might with this character. It does feel like if you find a hand cannon, it's in bolts. Can Yoctors get them? Would be cool if Yoctors could rarely get a hand cannon. That combo dragon is making me really nervous. I think that it is time to use another scroll of poison. Oh, it straight up doesn't care. That is definitely gonna be a problem. Come on, get slowed. I have freezing. Get slowed, please. It is not getting slowed, but it did take some good damage from the poison yet again. Ooh, Cyclops. Am I dead? Might be dead. I wanted to get out. I was not expecting to see a Cyclops. I might be super dead. Yeah, I wish I had like a net or curare, so I could beat this guy. Without those, there's a pretty good chance that I don't beat this guy. But was that ability reworked? Why do I have shield too? The shield will block only a limited amount of attacks before vanishing. Seriously. Oh, it will unerringly block the next several attacks which could be blocked by a mundane shield. I see. That means that this ability got buffed, kind of, makes it a lot better versus like on a character like this one that doesn't have shield skill. And it does say invocations gets rid of, or like invocations makes it better, right? That's neat. That funny range bolt in bolts. Maybe in the armory where there's a bunch of arbalests and stuff. I've seen canned cannons there. I'll do it. Spells you cast cost one less mana. That would be so good on a mage. I would be exceedingly happy if I got that mutation on a mage. But we are no mage. We won't be. I don't think I beat that ugly thing. I think it is too powerful for me. I guess I'm just gonna go do Lair. Do I beat it? I feel like I don't beat it. Okay, it is next to me. Wow. Divine Shield getting the job done. That was pretty cool. He ran the Shining One on a Center Hunter. It was awesome to still get block. Have a +9 longbow holy. I didn't really use that ability that much back in the day, but I'm gonna use it more now that it is guaranteed to do that, you know? Seems pretty good to me. Hmm. 8 jacks on the screen. Pretty bad. No, okay, that's too many jacks. If I could, I would read Tele right now, but we don't have one. I would, if blinking wasn't obscenely valuable in this game, I would blink over here, and that would win this fight, like guaranteed. But that's just not the kind of game that this is. Apparently, the Divine Shield also doesn't scale with shields now, which is neat. Yeah, cool ability. Anyway, I don't know how we do this. I don't have haste, which would be an okay thing to have. Yeah, there's just too many jacks. Starting like I'm getting nervous because of the likelihood of things going poorly. I don't have that much in the way of defenses. I don't have a lot of resources available to me. If this doesn't go well, I'm gonna have to blink, and it is not going well. Yeah, I'm just not killing them fast enough. Okay. I needed to kill the ones on one side first, like all of them, and then I could focus on the other ones. I'm not getting hit by two enemies at the same time, and only one enemy is the one that's hitting me. We go for Quicksilver, and yeah, okay, that went very well. It was pretty scary, but we ended up winning that. You have to save all your blinks for when you get Malevolent Force Nurse to the orb on SOT 5 as soon as you take the downstairs, based on a true story. That kind of thing that has not happened to me, but there's been some situations where I am indeed blink close to the orb in SOT 5, or teleport as close to the orb. It is nice to be able to just skip the whole of SOT 5, grab the orb, and just leave. Um, Sometimes that is the only way for certain characters to be able to clear that. The torpor snail ruined everything. Yeah, ruined everything so much that I didn't really feel like repositioning there. I wonder how annoying it would be to play Coglin with ammo. Never really like the ammo removal change, unlike like food removal and other annoying things that that used to be in the game but are not in the game anymore. I didn't really mind ammo. And this comes from a person that lost a Lord of Darkness 3 run to running out of ammo in SOT 5. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I feel like I am pretty close to death, if not just straight up dead already. I don't know how one survives this situation. I needed the Manticore to not do that. I could just run for the stairs. But that is not gonna happen anymore. I don't have fear. I don't have tele. I don't have poison. I have one blinking, but I'm not gonna use it for this. I guess I'm just gonna have to fight and hope that I win. The volley of spikes skewers the Manticore. That is convenient. I could really use some poison for this Boulder Beetle, but we don't have any sources of it. That could have gone way worse. Like I really thought it was gonna be disastrously bad, but Divine Shield helped a lot there. Reflected the volley of spikes twice, and also blocked the Boulder Beetle. So yeah, quite valuable ability. I wonder if that change for Divine Shield was made so that it is a more interesting ability for the early game. Because if so, it is completely pinpoint. It is an amazing change. It's been extremely useful to have that. Um, all right. Unlike most other characters I've played in recent times, this one has no fear of Hydras. Not only am I ranged, so that means that Hydras are not really gonna be hitting me that much. On top of that, I also have freezing, which slows Hydras, also slows Black Mambas. Pretty strong thing to have at this point in the game. Freezing weapon. How in the world have I found like one scroll of tele? It's really hurting because yeah, yeah. I feel like almost every character has to run away from Death Yaks the moment where they first find Death Yaks. And yeah, like attacks of opportunity. And not only that, but I'm also gonna have to bring one of these up with me. Two of them. I'm not yeah, I just have to blink. Man, why is this game like this? And I blink into a Komodo dragon in a position where if I go down the stairs, I'll take the Komodo dragon with me and I'm gonna die. There's not really a lot that can be done about this situation. They should stick to Layer 5. It is indeed quite nasty when they generate before Layer 5. They're too powerful to deal with. Like maybe I wouldn't be like I wouldn't be against the possibility of Death Yaks spawning or as a one-off, like maybe a band of yaks with a Death Yak. Um, but bands of Death Yaks before Lure 5, like it's too early. They hit too hard. They have too much HP. They have too much willpower. And it is early enough in the game that you cannot really do things to exploit their weaknesses, which is like, if I remember correctly, low evasion. Yeah, low evasion, because they out damage you even if they don't dodge anything. Um, no resistances either, but no like elemental weaknesses like freezing with the Hydras. It's pretty rough. But yeah, in this pack of yaks, like the normal yaks are almost worthless. I think a death yak to that would make things interesting. Um, so that's what I would do. I would add a death yak to normal yak bands. But as a trade-off, death yak bands would not be able to generate anymore. I think that would be a pretty positive change for the game. So many characters who struggle with death yaks. They kind of suck because of that. Because the theory is that they're speed 1 vanilla melees, which limits their threat. But there's a lot of them, and you have to kill them at some point. So it doesn't matter how slow they are or whatever, if you still have to deal with them at some point. And the thing is, like, I thought that Crow was supposed to remove tedious optimal gameplay, right? Having to separate a band of Death Yaks to fight them all one by one is pretty It's pretty tedious, but it is also pretty optimal. So much, in fact, that some characters like that's the only option that some characters get. Just like this one, I think. If I fought 7 Death Yaks with breaks in between, maybe I could beat all 7 of them. I think that I do have a pretty good chance of beating all 7 of them, actually. But if I fight them at the same time, by the second one, I'm gonna be close to death. You'd like them to have one less people will, then you'd have more options. Two willpower is already way too much willpower at this point in the game. We've seen so many Hydras, and I would prefer seeing this amount of Hydras and not the amount of Death Yaks that we have seen. Um, at the very least, 15 evocations. Maybe more if I feel like going Tomb, which is something that the Shining One Worshipper gets to do since they have 3 pips of resistance to negative. They're highly resistant to mummies. But I'm not sure how Coglin would do in that environment. This is my first Coglin, so the Sky Shark is gonna be really rough. Yeah, once again, I find myself really wishing for something that I could do in combat, like a combat trick, which we do not have. Not to mention that, but wow, you block the Sky Shark's attack times 3. This thing sucks versus things that have multiple attacks. I'm probably dead. Yeah, I don't really see how I survive this. Okay, that is definitely not how one survives this. A bit surprised that the Sky Shark didn't berserk. Oh, come on. Oh, I can invent Gizmo now. Use your peerless Coglin ingenuity to invent and assemble a one-of-a-kind piece of equipment and permanently install it in yourself. Such inspiration does not strike twice, so choose wisely. I take it that I can only do one of those in the whole run? And probably that. Terrible game. It is a terrible game if you find one scroll of tele in the whole game. That's just how it is. If the Thumb was a death trap ever since the stars rework, doesn't mean that people don't do it. You can still do Tomb. Also, that Tomb rework was many years ago. I'm thinking that maybe I should leave this place. Go to greener pastures with more scrolls of tele. Maybe finally finish that vault. Maybe I can um maybe I can finally fight that Centaur warrior and Tengu warrior. Definitely not at the same time, but I think I might have a chances of beating them 1v1. Being within melee range of Komodo dragons is always really spooky, but I just don't kill things fast enough. Should I invent my gizmo now, or should I wait until... Do I get any benefits from inventing it later? Also, why is it grayed out? In one experience levels, you haven't learned enough to assemble a masterpiece. Does that mean that the more I wait, the better it's going to be? No, it's the same. Also, I only make one in the whole game, right? It's way too early to be deciding what are going to be my resistances and stuff for the whole game, which is the main reason why I dislike these guys in theory, because of that. And you know, Crawl being the way Crawl is, I bet that I am going to get to experience in practice the nastiness that is just not having access to ring slots. I'm already feeling the lack of damage from the slings. Wonder if I should switch to a short bow or to an orc bow, which I do have one of those. Okay, Tengu warrior versus Coglin, but once again I needed to be alone. With support, it's pretty rough, and yeah, we cannot run away. Okay, I'm dead, right? Should have drank haste. Should have hasted earlier. Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay. I mean, I once again, there's nothing that I can do. Man, this character sucks. Get me out of here. What is this garbage? That's the worst character that I've had in my life that has found two potions of experience. That character found two potions of experience and it still felt like garbage. I don't know how it's gonna be without those potions. I am predicting that I am not gonna be playing Crawl for much longer today. Um, yeah, found one tele in the whole game. And I just kept getting into situations where like it was nothing was going my way. You know, the craziest part is that even in that last fight when I was out with the potion of haste, um, there is a centaur warrior waiting around the corner. Like literally, the two monsters that made me leave the level teamed up to make me quit that character. You don't think ranged is a good idea, but no, it is a good idea. It's just that finding an upgrade is gonna take me forever. It might not even happen. But if it happens, it's gonna be neat to find an upgrade. Yeah, with hand cannons, this is gonna go so strong. I might get Okawaru this time to try to get a hand cannon. Also, Okawaru Hero and Finesse sound like exactly what I would like with something like this. Weapon Boutique doesn't have hand cannons. I cannot believe it. Doesn't even have launchers. Since hand cannons are not guaranteed, so you'll end up with a regular two-handed weapon, and you might as well not be Coglin. Yeah. But I've heard that these guys are pretty fun when you do get the hand cannons. So I'm just gonna try for that. Sometimes Jessica can be pretty nasty. Not this time. Yeah, that was pretty easy. I did get hit a little bit, but it's not really a problem. And yes, I am missing those potions of experience, but that character was just not meant to be. Nothing that you can do if you find one scroll of Tele in the whole game. It is so common, and I still only found one. Probably one Telic branch, right? Like you're attacking with 0.35 min delay. Yes, double Elec sounds like it could be quite funny. Um, you think we could have more aggressively traded piety for a block? The thing about that and why I didn't do it, because I did consider it, but when I was fighting the Sky Shark, I was made aware of something terrible about that ability, and that is that it is completely garbage if the monster can attack you more than once per turn, because it is guaranteed to block everything. So if a monster attacks you 3 times, then that monster is going to get rid of 3 charges of the shield, and I was getting 3 charges. I didn't really have a lot of didn't really have a lot of invocations skill. I was gonna train that at some point. At that point, it would literally just be wasting a turn. Maybe worth it with like regen or something. I did drink ambrosia and then press this button, but like of course you cannot do it while you're confused. So it would be useful if I could somehow have the shield and then use ambrosia, and then the shield would protect me a little bit while I am ambrosiaed. But yeah, like in that situation, there was really nothing that could be done. Sometimes it's just messed up like that, where you are fighting and you just from the very beginning, I knew that it was rough. I was trying to reposition because there was a Yak and Tengu Warrior, right? And I could have killed the Tengu Warrior alone, but the Tengu Warrior with support, nah, I don't think I had much of a chance. And then the Center Warrior appeared. Also blinds them. The blind wasn't like I don't. I'm not entirely sure blind does anything. Like theoretically, it makes it less likely for monsters to hit you. I don't know. I feel like they still always hit me the same. Also doesn't make them attack different squares. I think that in order to do that, you need stealth, or in order for that to be a thing. I got a private message by someone called Jafabo, but the message appears super ultra mega fake. I'm gonna put it in the chat. If Jafabo means that, surely Jafabo would be following me, right? And so Jafabo would send that message in the chat and not in a private message. I'm suspecting that is a chatbot. Or like not a chatbot, but like one of those spam bots that wants to sell you like followers and garbage. Why would I buy followers? Like what even is the point of that? Well, to begin with, I don't even have money to buy anything. Why would I buy something that does nothing for me? We found this scale mail. I hope it doesn't destroy my attack speed. We found an Arbalest as well. Should I use the Arbalest is the question. Should I use the Arbalest? And it does seem to be destroying my attack speed a little bit. Okay, we found a Kawaru in the temple. When I saw that it was so small, I was a little bit freaked out. Um, but fortunately, it did have a Kawaru. Okay, all right. I really do not want to lose the scale mail, man, but it slows me a lot. It's really bad. My attack speed is just goes down the drain while I'm wielding it while I'm wearing it. Okay, apparently has a 10 times chance to offer one-handed weapons for Coglin. Oh, that's nice. I have a lot of money. Why do I have that much money? This jack is kind of the equivalent of the Death Axe from earlier because it's probably too strong for me to deal with. If it has any kind of support. Apparently I can kill them 1v1, but yeah, as you can see, there's multiples. I think it's a bit strange that they're extremely dangerous if I am experienced level 8. Like D6 is not that early for jacks to spawn. I've had V4 jack bans. But yeah, too many of them at the same time is a no-no. For a second I thought that Ogre was beating me. Glad to see it wasn't the case. Ossuary. Can I actually get to the Ossuary this time? Or maybe I just get killed by these bees. Or maybe not. Maybe we find heal wounds. This time we have three skulls of Tele. Look at that. Ah, of course. I hate re-identifying blinking. It is one of the worst things in the game because it just means, oh, because of how the game works, now you get less you're permanently weaker for the rest of the game pretty much. Okay, this is getting pretty annoying. Scarf of Repulsion is an okay thing to have. Steam Dragon. If I get scales, I would like to use them. Oh, Blorkula, the Orkula. We cannot deal with that. Okay, we killed the Steam Dragon at least. Joseph with a sling, a plain sling. We don't care about going down those stairs. And I still would like to oh, let's go. Oh, that's so huge. That's huge. Oh, it's freezing. For a second I thought that it was Venom for some reason. Freezing is okay. It's not massive, but it is okay. Maybe I should have branded the Arbalist. Might be there. Nope. You try to get Blink from an ID scroll first. It is the correct thing to do, I feel. Okay, getting paralyzed would be huge, please. Please. Okay. I forgot that these guys splits into vampire bats. Really punishes you for fighting it in the open. At least they were not that scary. Most of them were easy to kill. Dubesa dies. I can probably deal with the one, but I would like to find that Ossuary. It's I've missed Ossuary so much. Oh, it's very nearby. Okay, finally. It was about time that I got to an Ossuary. Of course, I get it in the character that is not worshipping the Shining One. Where my mommy's O's? Because they hit kind of like ogres. Um, Also, I have them as O's because they lost the death curse, and for me, the death curse was like a fundamental part of a mommy. Yeah, back in the day, they used to curse one item in your inventory, one of the items that you were wearing, and of course, you cannot take off items that are cursed. It was very minor, very like slightly annoying, but it was a thing that they used to have, and now they don't have it anymore. I do think that the game is better now that there's no more curses other than wow, that sucks. Other than the curses from Ashensari, which you apply to yourself. Okay, the one dies pretty easy. Fortunately, dies before doing anything too nasty. Oh, come on. I miss the shining one. Teeny tiny bit. More whites. It is Wand of Paralysis has been absolutely massive. Quite a big deal. Without it, I don't think I would still be alive. Prince Ribbit, it's an okay thing to find because I think I stand a chance, and Okawaru is gonna like it if I kill this guy. Also, I have freezing, so that's a slowed Prince Ribbit, which yeah, don't need to paralyze to kill. Um, the evocations training in this case was accidental. I thought that I was training invocations, but evocations is a good thing to train when I have a Wand of Paralysis anyway. I attribute some of my success so far to having that. I'm not gonna try to kill them because they have ranged attacks. Maybe I could kill the dragon, but I Joseph would just immediately shoot me afterwards. Didn't get the paralysis. A shame. Can I kill this guy? Oh, I have nets. Yeah, look at that. It sure is nice to have options to fight uniques with. I love it. Okawaru should give nets. Does Okawaru give nets? Because Okawaru should definitely give nets. I don't think that Okawaru would be too powerful if Okawaru gave you nets after all of the nerfs that Okawaru has been subject to throughout the course of the years. Did you know that originally Okawaru used to give you might and haste? Might and haste. It was quite something instead of hero and finesse. Um, Obviously, haste is crazy, right? Might I don't think is that much better than hero. Hero and might are like very different abilities. Um, but haste is like crazy. Finesse is more powerful offensively, but the thing is that you can just haste and run away, right? Like back way back in the day. Um, I think it was 0.6 when it was removed. Center Warrior, D8 Center Warrior with Staff of Alchemy. I might be able to kill it, but I need to. Yeah, I need you to be close. Paralysis. Hey, let's go. First try. You love to see it. And of course, Okawaru really like that. Also, this looks like a really nasty bolt is in here. But it's okay because I have Okawaru. Time to train invocation so I can hero whenever I feel like I really need to. I might pick that up. Mountain Dwarf of Oka with Might and Haste. That is why Wiglaf, the original iteration of Wiglaf, had Might and Haste. That is why Donald has Might and Haste, because when Wiglaf was removed, Donald got those things. Um, what does Wiglaf get now other than a guaranteed rendered hat? Might and Hellfire Mortar. It's a pretty weird spell combination. Like, I guess Might makes it so that it hits you hard, and Hellfire Mortar um, punishes you for walking away, kind of, but you just walk in the opposite direction of the mortar. No haste. I guess Hellfire Mortar might be an interesting spell for a monster to have, for a unique to have. Yeah, because like definitely not the kind of spell that monsters as a whole should have. But a pretty interesting spell for one monster to have. Makes things spicier. Yeah. I like uniques. Compared to NetHack, which was what I played before playing Crawl, as I have said repeatedly, in NetHack there's uniques, but there's very few of them. Yeah, there's like your Quest Nemesis and Medusa and very little of them. Not that many. I don't even remember, but there's not that many of them. Um, on the contrary, there's so many uniques in Crawl. They make the game more interesting, more exciting because uniques are some of the best things about Crawl because I feel like they are what the game should be, which is high risk, high reward. Even the most beautiful uniques like Terrans can give you like a scale mail on D2, and then if you want that, then that's valuable. Robin has a helmet, Crazy Youth has a cloak. Sigmund and Grinder give experience. Like they're really scary, really dangerous, but they give experience. Um, So yeah, you can ignore them, and it is okay if you ignore them. But if you don't ignore them, then you get to receive a bunch of HP from them. I guess I killed all the jacks in that level that had the jacks. Would like to kill the enemies that I brought upstairs. Yeah, it really is just a thing about not being surrounded by them. Call 101. Don't get hit by more than one monster at a time. Ideally, don't get hit by any monsters at a time, but that is not possible for some characters sometimes. This guy being invisible is a little bit annoying. You would really like to see more uniques having certain guaranteed drops, like Robin with the helmet. A lot of uniques are not worth killing. Yes, I agree. I like that. As I already said, when it comes to Sigmund and Grinder, um, the ones that don't get loot should give you a lot of experience. Um, the more the game goes on, however, the least that really applies. I think that later in the game, a unique is not gonna be threatening enough to be worth a ton of experience, and if it is, you probably shouldn't be fighting it in the first place. Um, yeah, that rule only really applies for early game and for when it comes to gear in the mid game. Like Donald with the shield of reflection would be nice if Donald always had the shield of reflection. Um, what other things? The amulets. Well, not amulets, but the talismans. The other day when I was playing Troll, that character was pretty miserable until I found Roxanne and then killed Roxanne and Roxanne's Roxanne's thing statue form was a complete 180 in the run, and it started going a lot better. So I really like it when that kind of situation can completely salvage a run. That is super cool to me. Okay, I'm gonna try to hero finesse this. I should maybe also try to paralyze the Garg. Oh, let's go. 57% chance. I would love it if I received. Oh, you cannot use amulets, right? Well, in that case, it doesn't matter. If I could use amulets, I would love it if I could put on an amulet of faith. Yeah, faith early, get the hand cannon ideally, and then remove it and wear something else. But I guess these guys get no faith. You don't mind BB if you're in earth or air, otherwise you run. The late game uniques are cool because I feel like the late game uniques are just there to be threatening, and I like that they are exactly that. Um, oh no, why am I rampaging? That was a little bit of a mistake because of rampaging. Fortunately, it was not too bad of a mistake. I was able to remediate it and get out. And this is not going well at all. I'm gonna get killed by attacks of opportunity. Oh man, I hate attacks of opportunity. Alright. Is this new, Coglin? I mean, it's been the game for half a year, I think, but I haven't played it. Coglin gets 2 weapons, no jewelry, and gets to make a thing at experience level 14, but I have not gotten to experience level 14 to make the thing. I wonder how the game would have gone if I had saved those potions of experience for level 12, so I could get to 12 and just immediately get my thing. The gizmo. Ooh, look at that. That is a good thing to get. Now I have 29 dexterity. How much attack delay? 1.0? It's fine. 1.0, 1.1. Rough. But it does give me a lot more protection. Consecrated Labris. We do not care about the consecrated Labris. If I don't get a hand cannon from Okawaru, it's gonna be the saddest thing. Those two headloggers were real. That's why Hero Finessed would have been absolutely wonderful if I could have killed those without Hero Finessing, but unfortunately it was not meant to be. We still killed them at least, without having to use consumables, only Piety. Anyway, anytime that I use Piety, I put myself further away from the launcher, which makes me a little bit uneasy. I would like to not be further away from my launcher acquirement. And I guess the armor acquirement as well, but like who cares about that? Would Okawaru be too powerful if you got the weapon acquirement early and the armor acquirement late? Like maybe 5 pips of piety for the weapon and 6 pips of piety for the armor? We have nothing. Give me a second. Scales with skill level? Oh yeah, like it is an acquirement, so it checks what you have. In this case, I only have ranged weapons, so I really am expecting to get only ranged weapons, or else. Rolcha, that is absolutely delightful. 23% banishment. Do I have a source of willpower? I guess not. Just yeah, 5 willpower per level up. I'm gonna try to go upstairs. Okay, that was lucky. Erolcha could have blinked into me. Also, the ugly thing didn't really hit me while repositioning. That was also lucky. And use the ugly thing to block line of sight. Yeah, but the thing is that it hurt. You can get WP from the gizmos, so WP is kind of bad. Willpower. And they don't get willpower from the gizmo. That sucks. Really not a fan of that. Potions of flight are very important with these guys then. Yeah, not having willpower kills you. Like literally you just die from not having willpower. From 100 to 0. It completely sucks. It is probably the most important resistance in the game. Because all it takes is for you to be fighting something that can insta-kill you if you forget that you don't have the resistance and you die instantly. Like it happened to me during the tournament. Hey, look at that. We found a hat of willpower, but unfortunately my helmet is my best piece of gear, so I don't really want to take it off. We don't have curare. We don't have poison. And I guess I have some scrolls of poison. Okay, what would love it if I killed Gastronok? Let's see if it happens. Gastronok attacks as he pursues you. Why? Why? I hate that so much. I hate that so much. Like, that really, really sucks. Man, every version crawl gets worse in some aspects. Yeah, in some aspects. I like the quality of life stuff, but I really do not like that. Oh, I missed the gauntlet, delightful. Or was it a Bailey? I think it was a gauntlet. I need a corridor. Yeah, no more kiting Gastronok if Gastronok is next to you. Which was the best way to kill Gastronok. Okay, Uruj was free. Been killing a lot of extremely dangerous monsters. Okawaru better give me that 6 pips of piety sometime soon. Care to jump away? I don't think this guy is jumping away. No, I don't think that's happening. Okay, it's never gonna jump away. I'm gonna net it. Okay, I was partially expecting it to jump away immediately as it got netted. Wow, this paralysis is lasting forever, and that's crazy. Wow, that really lasted for quite a while. It was like more than 15 turns. Player paralysis is so much more powerful than monster paralysis, which I guess is a good thing. Psyche with a Manticore and a Shadow Gas, and Psyche is asleep, so I'm gonna try to Psyche shouts. Psyche is fast and has blink. No blink, no blink. So maybe we can. Oh, I hit the ghast. Um, Kagwaro gave me something. It is a tropa, which we do not care about. We care about Curare. I have not hit it even once. That is very annoying. This is really, really, really annoying. Okay, I think I locked it in, and there may be something in there, but it's too much of an annoyance. No, held down the button a bit too much. Atropa's pretty good, but it requires a lot of throw and stealth. Yeah, I do not like um that those darts require throw and stealth. Like I've never liked that. Ever since that change was enacted, like I don't think I've used them since that change was added to the game. When they were only throw like items, they were really cool. But now they're throw and stealth. Like why do they even have to be throw and stealth? More on seeing horrors? run out of paralysis. Hopefully we can find another one soon. We found statue form, but we cannot really make use of that. Yeah, it would be pretty bad. It's pretty bad with launchers because it just slows you and gives you the defense, but it doesn't give you the offense. Bad with launchers, bad with throwables. Really, 2 misses into Berserk. Uh, okay. You should definitely be able to rest in a cloud of poison gas if you're immune to poison or resistant. Infinite ammo EA. Infinite ammo, yeah. As I said earlier, I didn't really like that change. It felt to me like just an overall launcher nerf because launchers started dealing less damage. Surely it's now less annoying to play launchers, but they deal less damage, and that's what matters, not how annoying it is to do or not to do. Um, and I really don't like this game. I should stop playing. Or rather, I don't like this species. Oh yeah, why am I on D13 anyway? I should go do go do lure. That's why I'm having such a bad time because I am not doing lure. You know, like how you basically have to wait till bolts if you wanted arrows or snake if you wanted bolts. That was indeed a bad thing, uh, which could have been remediated by having early game monsters that do those things. For example, now there's those Cobalt Blast Miners in bolts. Also, centaurs had arrows early on, and they were not really that scarce. Um, got to 6 pips of piety. Okay. And we get 4 different hand cannons. Um, oh, this is really good. I think that I might want the first one. It may be +5, but it has penetration brand, which is really strong, and it also has resistances. The strength buff is also neat. Um, yeah, I don't think we can pass on the first one because of the resistances. Oh, it takes a while for you to unequip things? Man, that is a thing. I guess that is a decision that the developers made with this species. Anyway, I think that wildly increases my power level because now I have penetration brand. It means that I destroy bands in a corridor in a queue. Like they just die. It is crazy. And I guess that I should be training more ranged weapons. How much do I need for min delay on this? 18. Yeah, sure, we can do that now. Really am interested in getting min delay. Um, so min delay, resistance to poison, resistance to electricity. I think that we take off the scale mail now. I think that I might be able to get away with wearing lighter armor, or maybe this is scale mail of cold resistance, because we don't need that poison resistance anymore. So we are kind of getting some resistances from our gear. Which, yeah, if you want resistances, you really need to get lucky with your gear with these species since no rings. I still don't know what you can get with the Gizmo at level 14. Hopefully we can get something good. Oh, it feels so much more powerful than my previous character. Why is this more powerful than the one with 2 scroll or with 2 potions of experience? I do not understand, but I mean, I guess this one got to a really strong hand cannon, so yeah. Takes 5 turns to unequip. Yeah, like it would be with an amulet or with armor. Ah, yeah, it takes a long time for you to wield or remove held weapons. You must recalibrate your grasping arms when wielding or unwielding weapons. This takes as long as donning armor. We have Snake, um, but it's fine. I have penetration brand, so that means that shields are not gonna be a problem. We're probably gonna have an easy time in Snake. I haven't even checked what armor I can get, but I know it's not gonna be anything interesting. Yep, yep. I mean, the fire skills are cool, but they're +0, and yeah, +0 fire skills. Like the resistances are nice, but +0 fire skills. Probably, yeah. I mean that acquirement is the reason why maybe Okawaru should stop, like should go be reverted to how it used to be before, where you got multiple gifts because you're just gonna get bad gifts. I think that the weapon gift was good because Coglins are special cased for that to be the case, for the weapon gift to be good. Like running around with an early quick blade as a stabber, a double sword with a dexterity fighter. Maybe it's because it averages attack delay with a high damage slow weapon, plus fast weapon. Yeah, we have 1.1, which doesn't feel like it should be the case because the hand cannon is pretty slow weapon. Right now I attack it at 1.2. And the scale mail slow is slows it even more, so it's 1.4. But yeah, this feels really nice. It feels quite strong. They don't have the resistance, so this could be a problem. Hopefully it is not a problem. Okay, so far my damage output is carrying this. I got to level 14. When did that happen? I just happened. You feel a burst of inspiration. You're finally ready to make a one-of-a-kind gizmo. I can make my gizmo now. How exactly does that work? And can I cancel the process of making the gizmo and leave it for later? Use your peerless Coglin ingenuity to invent and assemble a one-of-a-kind piece of equipment and permanently install it in yourself. Such inspiration does not strike twice, so choose wisely. Yeah, how am I supposed to choose wisely if I don't know what I should get? Um, Ref parry. Your armor class increases as you rev up to +5, and when fully revved, your attacks may disarm enemies. Are you sure my attacks may disarm enemies with You know, launchers? Probably not. Spell motor. Your spells cost less mana as you rev up. I wonder if spells cause you to rev up. Whenever you cast a spell, you make a melee attack against a random enemy in range. That's kind of cool. And the other one with slaying, well, 3 slaying is not really that valuable. Also, like the properties that it has, none of it matters except for the slaying. Clarity I value very lowly. Repel missiles I already have. Resistance to electricity I already have. I guess the only option is the fire and cold resistance one. Yeah, that does give me resistance to fire and cold, which I had the cold resistance, but I didn't have the fire resistance. Yep. 59 damage. But that was not 59 damage across one turn. I was just mashing tab too much that the accumulated damage that I took from from that one guy was printed at the end. Still taking 59 damage from one guy is kind of nasty, but it is because it had repel missiles. That's why. I'll carry these. They may be useful at some point. Okay, cool volcano, elf volcano, very rare. I guess we got some okay loot out of it, so it's fine. We have 5 enchant weapons, 5 enchant armor. Should I fully enchant the sling, or should I maybe wait to try to find another hand cannon? I guess that I don't need to upgrade my damage right now. I feel like my damage is really good at the moment, so I'm just gonna stick to what I have. I'm gonna get rid of the rampaging because there's been a couple of situations where rampaging has not ruined everything, but it has made things a little bit scarier than they need to be. Yeah, and I don't want to wait with rampaging until I get to the situation where it does indeed ruin everything and I die because I was wearing rampaging on a character that is not a melee character. If I was a melee character, I would be using rampaging. Like I don't mind rampaging on a melee character, um, but on a character like this, on a ranger, not great thing to have. I was using it for the armor class, but I already got slightly better boots. And yeah, I guess that I won't be getting willpower. I'm probably gonna have to toss the helmet and wear the hat of willpower that I got earlier if I want willpower. And I do want willpower. Willpower is a very important thing to have. Literally kills you if you don't have it. And yep, this definitely feels stronger than my previous attempts. I only noticed something just now. These are all body armor. One of the attractives of Okawara was that it could give you Randart auxiliary armor, and none of those are Randart auxiliary armor. In fact, none of those are worth acquiring. Like, I cannot imagine using any of those items with this character. Oh boy. 6 scrolls of enchant armor, but no armor that I would like to enchant. I guess that we have steam scales, but like I don't want to enchant those. I do seem to be very strong damage-wise. Yeah, I have 18 plus 40 damage rating. That means that it will fall off in the future, but for now it is pretty strong. I guess I do have 26 dexterity. Um, and these things scale their damage with that, so maybe there's a hand cannon here guarded by the statue. The statue, I think, places an acquirement item. Or at least that's how it used to be way back in the day. Like there's an acquirement item behind the statue. So maybe it has another hand cannon for me. In which case, that's gonna be neat. If it averages out the attack delay, my attack delay is gonna go up, but I'll do a lot more damage. Okay, now we have min delay on the hand cannon. We still have 1.1, 1.0. Maybe it doesn't average it out, or maybe it does, and it is lowered by the sling and increased by the scale mail. Maybe that's what's happening. Yeah, pew pew pew. I have only found the experience evocables that someone thinks, and lightning rod. Lightning rod is good, but I wish I had tin of tremor stones or others. Surprisingly, those dire elephants were not that much of a problem. I guess that does this make me? Yeah, your armor class increases as you rev up to +5, so 5 armor class. 5 armor class, resistance to fire and resistance to cold. That's pretty good. You get an evening star of draining, which is a pretty high quality thing to have, but unfortunately it is not the thing that this character needs or wants. That buff rod got recently made it use that buff rod get recently. Um, what buff? The it's already like I've always thought that it's a good item, lightning rod. What made it more powerful? Does it deal more damage now? Also disarms enemies sometimes. Yeah, but I'm not sure if that happens if I'm using a launcher. I have not found Orc. How? How exactly have I not found Orc? Is it gonna be one of those situations where like the other? Oh no, it must be on D12. Yeah, the last game of the tournament, I was in D11 with all of the levels up until that point fully explored, like no missing stairs or anything, and I had not found Lure. I died before I could get to Lure anyway, but it was pretty strange. And of course, no magic mappings. Seems that magic mappings are pretty rare nowadays. You got a ring of resistance to electricity, cold resistance, willpower, and see invisible. That's the kind of ring that you don't take off. Yeah, like that's definitely worth sticking with for the whole game. Maybe should have saved this for later. But it's too late now. I did kill everything, so it's fine. And it's not like I have immolation anyway. Nope, no emo. Hey, we found a blinking and a curare, big finds for the purposes of being able to kill things immediately. I'm gonna buy this plate later, after Orc. Maybe Orc has things that I would like to spend my money on instead of that. Oh, look at that. Immediately a situation where I would like to have immolation, which unfortunately I don't have. Mm, I feel like I can kill these guys, but I need to fight them 1v1. Oh, wait. Can't quiver the other item? Why can't I quiver the other item? No idea. It literally doesn't let me quiver the hand cannon. I mean, it's not like it matters, but I would like to have the hand cannon on the quiver instead of the sling because the hand cannon is the most exciting item. I should leave. Yeah, that's kind of messed up. I might be able to beat them all, but I know that I have to read tele and then go downstairs to begin with. I don't really stand a chance otherwise. I waited a turn. Yeah, okay. I have to wait a turn there, gamble, to see if it was actually let me go downstairs. But now I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm just gonna read tele, go downstairs. Yeah, because I don't want to be fighting all of that from the very beginning. But I do want to go here, so okay. Bolt Blast Miner with an Arbalest. One of these days we're gonna find another hand cannon. Fortunately, we don't need it immediately. You resist with almost no effort. 20% paralyze. Definitely spooky, the prospect of not having jewelry. I was only aware that they didn't get rings, but not getting amulets either is pretty rough. That means no macabre finger. Um, I want that. Tin of Tremor Stones. This ghost does seem really hard. I don't know how we deal with it. Maybe Hero Finesse. Alright. And then we get the Tin of Tremor Stones, which is gonna be a good thing to have. Um, oh, Saint Roca would be a great situation to have access to Immolation. Have I already killed the Warlord here? Because if I haven't, oh, it's because I spawned on the other side of the level. Let me see if I can go back there. Oh, delightful. And it also seems to be the hardest orc ending again, the one that places the high level. Well, not the high level, but the orcs and the ogres. I don't think I beat Saint Roca. Okay, can I get out of here? This is gonna be a problem. Yeah, we don't beat Saint Roca. I also don't have digging, so I might be dead. Okay, I had to teleport. Quite an inconvenient situation. I feel like maybe if I am ready full resources and I get to Hero Finesse before starting the fight, maybe we win. You like the Ogre End? This one? I like the Ogre End that it's just all of them in a room because I can kill them easily with Emo. It is one of the most satisfying Emo moments in the whole of Crawl. Um, This one I don't like so much because it is pretty difficult compared to the other one, since they are all dispersed through the level. That makes it significantly harder to deal with them. Hand cannons make a lot of noise, right? Because otherwise, why am I fighting so many things at the same time? No idea. My noise meter is not really going that high. Why? It feels like I'm shooting a death beam. Penetration brand is so broken. Ah, disappointing. Cat moment for sure. Can I fire before going downstairs to rev up damage and armor class? Can I do that? Or does it only work if I'm shooting at things? Okay, it seems to only work if I have like a target. Doesn't work on fungi. The dev team thought of that. Oh, imagine, it would be super annoying. Hero Finesse, I could have Curare as well, but I don't really feel like I need it. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes Saint Roca is really easy to kill, sometimes not so much. This time, fortunately, it was really easy to kill. Fine hand cannon! +9! Oh, let's go! Oh, let's go! Okay, okay, okay. That might be wrong winning. Ah, let's go. Wow. So now I have a +9 hand cannon and a +5 hand cannon. And both of them have resistances. Okay, this is shaping up to be a pretty nice character. I couldn't believe it when I saw that it was a rendered hand cannon for so cheap. But yeah, that's a huge item. Paid actors? Paid actors? Okay, yeah, now I feel pretty obscenely powerful. Rendered letter, I guess we can buy that. Strength -5, but it does have willpower. 13-15 versus 17-13. I'll take the 13-15. Yeah, that's fine. That gives me a pip of willpower, which is a pretty big deal for these species. Immolation. You never know when you're gonna need one of those. Oh yeah, I feel strong. And now that I have a source of willpower, maybe I can do elf before lure branches. I do think that it is kind of looking like that. Oh wow, okay. Jeez. You're gonna bench the game for 6 months? Yeah, but I wanted to play Coglin because I have not played Coglin. Um, yeah, this is the kind of fight that would not really be a problem if I had infinite blinking. With only one, repositioning here is so expensive. But if I go here, read emo, and then just kill one, then we're done. Um, I have blink the spell. Maybe I should train for it. Yeah, I can probably get away with training a little bit of that. I'm gonna try to make it out of the level. Okay. I might be that. Ah. Oh wow, this guy has a polearm, so it's gonna get polearm attacks of opportunity. Um, and I don't have the wand anymore, but I have nets. Okay, I might be able to kill them. When I said I might be dead, I didn't mean I might be dead immediately. I meant I might be dead because I have to blink, and now I have 0 blinkings. And you all know that having 0 blinkings is like being one step away from death. I think that it is more deadly than having low HP warning appear. And well, I don't think I'm going back there because there's just too many monsters. You're still fighting 1.1. Yeah, it is because of the body armor. You love Blink and Swiftness, your second and third favorite utility spells. Yeah, pretty neat spells indeed. Oh, I have 2 intelligence. That's gonna make it a little bit hard to cast. Also, how am I going to do Elf before Lore Branches if I have to deal with that before doing Elf? Well, more dungeon. I have 48 damage rating and 44. Yeah, one of these things has penetration brand, so if I can survive 2 bolts, it's gonna be really fun. Lots of bolt guards, so we get a spoiler of what's to come in bolts. Yeah, let's train a little bit of these. Now, that was some really fast training of blinking, and now I have it at 10%. Yeah, it seems that the way to go with these guys is to go Kawaru, because otherwise the lack of a hand cannon could be a serious problem. But Kawaru makes it so that is not really that much of a problem. You love Blink and Swift? You are just a murder machine. Yeah, this is kind of ridiculous. It's not damage rating of 80, but it is damage rating of 40 twice. If you think about it, it's like using a quick blade or like a Garen Gimbal, but it actually deals damage, and it attacks a lot more slowly. Anyway, I'm having a blast now that things are starting to get going. Now, if the game would be so gracious as to give me more blinking, because I am currently at 0, that would be neat. This ending has some high-level skellies, doesn't it? I think it has like a juggernaut skeleton, like zombies. See what happens. So far, nothing. Maybe they were removed because they were kind of unfair. I kind of want to try Orc again, but like, I feel like I'm just gonna die. That makes me not really want to do that. I have so much willpower. Yeah, I could definitely get away with tossing the hat. As a 5 willpower per level of species, you only really need one source, which comes from the leather armor or the hat. Um, is there anything I want from Orc? I want Elf. From the shops, I don't think I care about anything. Um, oh, I don't have digging. Yeah, of course I don't have digging. Digging being so rare is pretty lame. I wish it was more common. Yeah, let's try a little bit of snake. But I'm gonna stop soon because I am starting to feel pretty exhausted. During the tournament, I was pushing myself beyond my limits, and in the latter parts of the tournament, I was feeling like I was paying the price for that. Um, Last couple of characters, I died in situations where I shouldn't have died if I was more focused. Okay, Guardian Serpent, of course, always a terrible sight to see in this place, but things went okay. And I have the resistances. I have resistances. This is crazy. You would think that a character with no rings and no amulets is gonna have a terrible time getting resistances, but this character has everything. Um, Orbs of Fire are gonna be a little bit scary. I'm gonna have to hold on to my potions of resistance, which I haven't even identified yet, um, for when that happens, for when Orbs of Fire happen. But fortunately, the resistances that I have make it possible to just save up. Um, yeah, this is fantastic. Yep, Murder Machine. The damage output is bonkers. And in case the damage output was somehow lacking, I also have Oka Hero and Oka Finesse. So yeah, I feel pretty confident that I can kill anything in a 1v1 for the rest of the game. Like I might be able to O-tap pretty fast my way to victory. Um, this character does have a little bit of a weak point, which is the low amount of armor class that it has. I only have 14, and that is with the revving up. Um, so yeah, I would like to remediate that at some point. And talking about resistance, is gonna buy them immediately. Gonna buy mutation as well because I don't think I had one. Um, Now I have two. Not enough. Oh, three. Okay, so if that keeps happening, maybe four. No, that didn't happen. Okay, that's fine. Um, I'm going to maybe think about drinking mutation when I have more, like 6 or 7. Until then, I mean, I'm good enough. I don't need to. But it would be nice if I got like robust or something along those lines. Maybe the mutation that affects me, that makes it so that armor affects me less, so I can wear heavier armor. You know, the dream of something like storm scales. I always mention storm scales for when it comes to this kind of thing, but like storm scales um plus launchers would be real neat if it doesn't butcher my attack speed. Um, Guardian Serpent. Talking about things that could kill me. This will be a great moment to have digging. Fortunately, there is no digging. You send a boulder barreling forward. Your boulder barrels into the Orc Warrior. The Orc Warrior is severely wounded. The Orc Warrior hits your boulder with a +2 Morningstar of Distortion. Your boulder is devoured by a Terran reality. You have a force more for Guardian Serpents? I should have a force more for Guardian Serpents. Oh yeah, very satisfying Death Beam. And it feels pretty strange to not really be respecting any of the monsters that are usually obscene in this part of the game, like the shock serpents. We don't really have to worry about those. We still have to worry about guardian serpents, but I don't think that there's any crawl character that can just say, "Oh, guardian serpents, yeah, whatever," because it's not guardian serpents. It's guardian serpents plus whatever they happen to generate close to. Um, but yeah, Nagaraja 1v1, it's a joke, and it's crazy. This is really powerful. But I feel like I just reached my end game power level a little bit earlier, and the more the game goes on, the more like this is gonna start to fall out, fall back. More fights where I'm gonna have to use finesse specifically. Hero still does something, but it is not as impactful because I already have Mindalay on the hand cannon. So it's not gonna affect my attack speed, and your attack speed with your weapon is usually your greatest multiplier of damage output when it comes to using hero. It does, however, like finesse does increase my damage. Like it is crazy how much more damage you deal when you are finessed because you attack twice as fast. Also, that was a pretty fast snake. We're now at snake 4. Talking about finesse, considering how there is a lot of monsters here. I suspect that this is the vault, and I suspect that there may be like Nagaraja coming my way, so finesse seems like it makes a lot of sense. This is going wonderfully so far. Jeez. Yeah, for a character with such bad defenses, because the one thing that this character is missing on, as I already said, is defenses. For a character with such bad defenses, it just has so crazy offense, such a crazy offense that like it's not a problem. It's crazy. This kind of offense is like not equivalent, but very reminiscent of Brief Wizard offense, where I feel like if I do the correct thing, I'm just gonna be okay. And in this case, the correct thing is just attacking and finessing sometimes whenever you get in a situation where you're fighting too many things at the same time, or something that vastly outclasses me, which yeah, very strange to see something like that. But I got Guardian Serpent, and then I got a miscast at 7%. Yeah, but fortunately, I think we're fine. Okay, that was a little bit tense there for a second, with the Guardian Serpent doing what Guardian Serpents like to do, and then me miscasting Blink. At least I don't think I got constricted because that would have been terrible. Getting carried by my big dexterity, big evasion. Right now I'm at 27. Um, yeah, that was so easy. I am genuinely surprised that it's been so easy. We have shoals as well, right? Oh no, we have swamp. It should be fine as long as I fight things 1v1. which should be a lot easier because strong ranged attacks. We're gonna be okay. Base damage 16. Dual wielding base damage 16 weapons is really crazy. These guys are pretty powerful. Like if you happen to get Exodia effectively and find the double hand cannons, oh boy. At that point it's kind of your fault if you die. I would like to say, and I recently said that on a character and I died, and yeah, like that was completely my fault because I forgot that Shtagwa paralyzes because I think it's the first time ever that paralysis by Shtagwa has been impactful in any way whatsoever. Um, yeah, it was pretty nasty. You were offered 4 hand cannons, seems pretty consistent too. Yeah, I think that these guys are just like special case to get to get a hand cannon if they're a Nokawaro worshipper that's using launchers. I wish it was something like that for the armor gifts. Like the armor gift is so garbage that I'm not gonna get anything. I will show it to you once again. They are bad, 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 bad. All 4 options are so bad. Um, they are 4 options that Okawaru would give me, and I would see the plate and I would be like, okay, that's okay, but I don't need it right now. And the rest of them, I wouldn't even comment on it. I would call it trash and leave it on the floor. Um, it's a shame that's how Okawaru gifts work now. At least Okawaru still has Hero Finesse, which are pretty strong. The dual nerf kinda hurts because you used to be able to duel something, kill it fast, and then use the time in the duel to drink ambrosia and drink heal wounds. Just come out of the duel um, better equipped to deal with the rest of the guys. Don't know why it was changed into what it is now. It does make it more likely that you're gonna win a fight versus whatever thing you're dueling, but if it had any kind of support, it's gonna be rough when you get out. Anyway, we have a rune now. I'm gonna try Swamp. That was so fast. It took me like 10 minutes to go through Snake. Yeah. In general, air branches can be immensely painful, but maybe not this time, just because I am that powerful. Oh no! I was gonna go upstairs, I got get overheard. That could be a little bit of a problem. I don't think it's gonna be a massive problem, but it could be a little bit of a problem. Yeah, it's just too nasty of an entrance party. As I've always said, this place is okay if you fight the things that are in this place 1v1. If you're fighting too many of them at the same time, that's when things start to get really spooky. For this character, too many of them at the same time are like it actually depends on how many things can hit me from afar and how many things are next to me. Those are the things that matter. Um, and as long as I don't have too many of those things, close, I think we're okay. Yeah, sure, let's kill Roxanne. Why not? Depends on how much they line up. Yeah, in case you're wondering about why Potion of 3 there, Roxanne cannot blink me close to her if I'm in 3 form because 3 form cannot be teleported or blinked. So, so yeah. I don't know, like, considering how it seems to make you kind of immune to translocations, maybe it also makes you immune to banishment, but I'm not sure about that. Like, it would make sense, but I don't know if that's how it works. And this guy has Curare. Keeps throwing Curare at me without being aware that I have resistance to poison. Must be like, oh, a Coglin. Those never have resistances. Should a Coglin monster exist in this game? How would a Coglin monster be? Would it be a unique that has like different things every time? So you know it's a unique, but it's kind of generated like you would generate a random Panlord without the movement speed variability, perhaps. Oh, Cloak of Cold Resistance. I'm gonna pick it up. My cloak is a cloak of Scarf of Repulsion. I guess that we can wear the Cold Resistance for this specific place, and then take it off. Go back to the Scarf of Repulsion. Yeah, we're kind of destroying these. This is supposed to be a hard ice cave, right? Doesn't really seem that hard to me so far. Um, I have not seen anything too crazy. Oh, finally a wand of digging. Wait, I'm going in the wrong direction. By the way, I don't assume that a lot of people here are gonna care about it, but if you want a deadlock invite, just let me know and add me on Steam. I can give you a deadlock invite because I have a deadlock. Well, I've been playing deadlock and it is entertaining. Yeah, I do feel like because I am kind of a neophyte um to shooters, I'm having a hard time winning fights in deadlock, but I find it enjoyable. It doesn't scratch the itch that I have for League, but I cannot really play that anymore with the whole Vanguard thing. What am I on Steam? Hold on, let me get you a link real quick. There you go. And if you would like to repay me for the deadlock invite, by donating or something from my wish list, it's fine. Of course, you don't have to do it. It would just be something that I would strongly appreciate. Talking about things like that, I have this Stone Shard game that I received from a viewer, and I have not played. I have had it installed, but I have not played it. Maybe that's what I do tomorrow. Yeah. So if you're curious about Stone Shard, you could tune in tomorrow. It's gonna be my first time seeing the game, and it might also be your first time seeing the game. By the way, that would be pretty crazy if I didn't already have double hand cannons. Oh, would it be pretty crazy? Let's see. Is Amash 11? I mean, it wouldn't be pretty crazy, but it would be nice to have. I would not complain about that. Um, I see a Randart armor there. Gonna check it. A hat. That might be interesting. Can I win now? Do I like Formicid Hunter? I have not played Formicid Hunter in a while, maybe ever. I don't remember. It might be interesting since Formicid gets to um to use a tower shield and a triple crossbow. Yeah, that could be fun. Um, I have not done it ever. When it comes to Formicid, I do like Formicid, but they may be too punishing for Formicid nowadays. You know what? I got marked. Better go upstairs. You sent me a friend invite. I'll send you an invite to that lock next time I launch it, which might be right after I end stream. And no problem. Yeah, if anyone here wants an invite, just let me know. But that uh my wallpaper was there for a second. Wonder why that was. Must be some buggy capture with OBS. Louise. I was just stabbing her, but yeah, we don't have anything to worry about. 0% chance to get banished by Louise. You love to see it. She has a tower shield. She always has a tower shield. It's not a problem because I have penetration in one of the hand cannons. 0% is sweet. Absolutely. This Hydra is mighty. Why is this Hydra mighty? I should blink away from it. There we go. If we queue up the enemies, they are completely non-threatening. We can manage to get them queued up. Okay, I have immolation. I'm gonna try it. Hero, finesse, go downstairs. I don't need to immolation so far. But hero finesse is okay because the rune is here. It's pretty funny. I found both the snake and the swamp rune pretty much immediately upon going downstairs, and man, I needed a character like this. None of my tournament characters were like this. Not even the 3-hour one was as painless as this has been so far. But I guess that this character does kind of have everything. I have 36 evasion. I have decent HP. I have obscene damage output, like the kind of damage output where if I hit things a couple of times, they just stop existing. And that is super helpful. It's really weird. Why did the Hydra get mightied? Spriggan Druid, when it dies, it mighties everything. Dragon Blood Talisman of Vexation. Where did that come from? Was it just like a randomly generated Dragon Blood Talisman on the floor? This Spriggan Mage could be a little bit of a problem. We do have that Lightning Rod, which I haven't used in a while, but it is the ideal thing to use against things with repel missiles. By the way, that's definitely a reasonable reason. No, that's definitely a reason to not go to elf because elf archers have repel missiles and that sucks. Yeah, that's gonna suck. So I might as well postpone it or not go there altogether. I do have Tin of Tremorstones and Lightning Rod, but nah. It was on the floor when I went down. The Dragon Blood Talisman. That means that it was a pretty rare Randart Dragon Blood Talisman that generated on the floor. Luis gets absolutely destroyed. No problem. Man, that's crazy. Okay, so yeah, this character got to skip the crawl mid-game experience. Yeah, like straight up, no crawl mid-game experience for this character. It's just chilling. Now I have 30 evasion. Why did I have? Oh, it was because of Hero earlier. So Hero gives me 6 evasion? That's not a terrible thing. We go back to Scarf of Repulsion. We're gonna need that for bolts. Okay, now let's see if bolts doesn't give me a hard time. Would I take this guy extended? I feel like it could be possible. Yeah, like I mean, Okawaru things do not like stop being crazy powerful. In fact, they scale with you. Hero doesn't quite, but Finesse does, and Duel also kinda does. Um, so yeah, I could take this guy to extended, and it would be really, really okay in extended. Hey, finally a scroll blinking. I'm glad that I got one before I needed one. Yeah, and hopefully I won't use that for a while. What is that? The number 3? No, like the third scroll blinking that I get in the game? First one I wasted because I re-identified for it. Second one I had to use because otherwise I would die, and this is the third one, right? I think that's how it is. Wait, don't be next to the wall. It's a lot of old wardens. Ah, but this is one of those moments where the monsters are not trapping me. I am trapping them. Yeah, like yeah, look at that. This is disgusting. Oh, beautiful. Band of dire elephants on top of the wardens. Not a lot of characters get to this power level this early. If more characters were at this power level, I would have a much better time with this game. But I feel like the kind of character that gets to do this is just like rarer and rarer nowadays. As I already said, I don't think any one of my tournament characters was like this, you know? Good armors, but none that truly interested me. You know, move away from the door so the warden doesn't trap me out of this room. Get an MCC castable right after Lure 5 on your Deep Elf Ice Elementalist turn Air Elementalist. Oh, you recalled bodies. That is delightful. Mighty bodies. Of all the things to mighty, bodies is the least worrisome one. In its way, kind of around its targets. Ah, okay. All right, that was not really that much of a problem. I did think that it could get nasty, but it wasn't terrible. Yeah. When the Convoker convoked bodies, I thought that I could be in trouble, but I don't really feel like I needed to Hero Finesse there. Um, and I didn't really need to do it. It went okay. Maybe I got some nice blinks. But worst case scenario, I had access um to my blinking scroll. Servant Talisman of minus willpower. Yeah, sure. Who is going to ever use that? Even with the 5 slaying, who would use minus willpower? You kind of hate Boris because he keeps showing up and is kind of threatening. I think that it's cool that there's a unique that keeps showing up. And every time that he shows up, it's not like he's more powerful, but he's always threatening. Like from the point where you first see him till the end of the game, he's kind of threatening. Of course, if you go like do extended or something, he's not really that threatening anymore. But he is still threatening. Like during the orb run, he gets buffed. You could always just leave him on the first level you see him on. Yeah, but that's lame. You can do that, but that's super lame. I'm gonna get like 13 invocations so I can do things if I ever need to do that. Oh, look at that, bodies again. Didn't I just kill bodies in this level? No, it was in Bolts 1. Okay, am I going to get Bolts 3 bodies? Bolts 4 bodies? Because that would be funny. And I'm not doing Bolts 5. Okay, you know, this guy doing that in a corridor is kinda nasty. Alright, that hurt. One thing that helps with Boris and leeches in general is to have Orb of Destruction. If the orb, you can orb to cancel it out. Absolutely. You can also blink away, summon some things. But the thing that you definitely shouldn't do is get hit by the orb. Yeah, because that really, really hurts. It's quite damaging. I like that spell a lot. I do feel like it could be lower than level 7 nowadays. Like it's kind of been power crept a little bit by, like, for example, the new spells. Um, it is quite situational. It is powerful, but it is incredibly situational. And because of that, I think that it could maybe be level 6. Blink doesn't always put you behind the orb, it's 50-50, depending on what tiles you have line of sight on. Yeah, There's a lot of counterplay to Orbs of Destruction. Like you, in this case, you could try to position yourself in such a way that you reveal tiles where if you land, you dodge the Orb of Destruction just fine. Or the blink could put you close to a wall to take cover. Yeah, like it's not certain, but it is also the option that I feel like most characters are gonna have access to because blinking is such an accessible spell. Talking about accessible spells, I'm just gonna learn a port as well. Isn't there a spell for launchers? I mean, like portal projectile, but I know that portal projectile was it removed actually? There was something that replaced it. I don't remember. Got some more charges of digging. Of course, they don't do anything here. Bullseye. Ah, I see. I don't have it, but I was thinking I have some training in translocations, and I'm not really gonna be wearing heavy armor. I might be able to use that. We found the entrance to crypt and some money and an identify scroll. Oh, Frostheart. But it's fine because I have the resistance. You would think that maybe it would be appealing to wear the Cloak of Cold resistance here. I think that having repulsion is more valuable because Jactor captains hit really hard. Normal Jactors don't hit that hard, but Jactor captains do hit really hard. And wow, Arachne in bolts. That's new. Now she can generate in bolts, I see. Yeah, that's definitely new. I do not think that's gonna be that much of a problem. I'm still gonna hero finesse. Better respect Arachne. And it was fine after all. That is bring scroll blinking number 2 in my inventory. We take those. Still miss Portal Projectile because it makes it harder to shoot through your own summons. If I'm doing launcher things, I don't do summon stuff. Like straight up, I just avoid it because it's too annoying. Would be nice if all summons work like the Hep ancestor, where you cannot hurt them. Force cards in bolts are the main source of cold damage, and you can just stay away from walls and avoid it mostly. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes there's situations where you auto explore into being surrounded by walls, and you have a frost heart. Is that kind of situation why I like to do this plays with cold resistance all the time? Because if I don't have that and I'm stuck in one of those situations, I'm just gonna take huge amounts of damage. Might even die while trying to reposition. In this case, I have one source of it, so I think it's okay. I'm gonna train some armor to maybe wear heavier armor because right now I'm wearing leather, which I don't need to wear. It's leather of willpower, and I could just take that off and stick to the hat. Frost hearts and bolts are the main source of cold damage, and you can use yeah. There's also very ugly things and rarely simulacra. Okay, Donald with reflection. Would certainly be nice to not have to worry about having one of my shots be reflected. Nice. Okay, we got Marjorie. Marjorie has shadow skills. I might want to use those. Yeah, yeah, I could definitely see myself using those. Okay, I have 7 enchant armor, so as soon as I get the shadow skills from Marjorie, I could get +7 shadow skills, which would be quite the quite the resistance upgrade. I wonder how much it would hurt my damage output, but I can tell once I have access to the item. Empowered Marjorie. How hard do you hit now? Very hard. If I had a scroll of silence, this I feel would be a nice time to use it. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Hero Finesse here because that is kind of spooky. He hits about as hard as a normal fire. She's less tanky than a normal fire. Okay, 2026. My attack delay is 0.6, 0.7 in finesse. Let's wait that out. 1.3. Oof, 1.3 is nasty. I have 20 strength without this leather armor. So I think that's very likely to happen, you know? I just have to train some. What is this thing called? I just have to train some armor so I can not get penalized that much. In fact, I think I might go all the way to 22 armor. Yeah, that will give me so much armor class from the shadow skills, and then like my greatest problem, which is the lack of armor class, is gonna be resolved. It's gonna come at a cost of a little bit of evasion, but it's not really that much of a problem. Um, yeah, and the attack speed is also a little bit worrisome, but hopefully it won't be that impactful. Yeah, a good idea versus Yakter captains is to pretty much always just step next to them. If you step next to them, they are not going to be able to shoot at you because for some reason they don't have the Master Archer tag. Probably the reason is that they would be super nasty if they did have the Master Archer tag. So so at least the developers left that as a small mercy to you, so you can play around those monsters. I'm gonna Hero Finesse Senata. I feel like it is worth it. Link unfortunately places me in a position where I can be surrounded. Um, I think I win. Okay, I might not win. Do Senata. Alrighty. Scary, scary Senata fight. Maybe I would have won if I had stayed where I was originally. I was too ambitious by blinking. That's the kind of mistake that if you make too many of, it kills you. But it's fortunately we're at a point in the game where like I am not really in a position to be making those mistakes that often because my average game plan just works very well and there's a lot of room for mistakes pretty much is what I'm trying to say. I can press tab and I can reliably kill most of the things that I'm encountering, including bands of monsters. You know, orcs are probably among the scariest things to see here because it's just 3, 4 knights and a warlord and they hit really, really hard. and I can just tap them down, no problem. So the thing that would be terribly scary for other characters is like free for this one. As a Titanic slime creature, I don't want to get hit by that. I have 27 paralysis. Turns out that if you go through as much of the game as I have gone without using consumables, it's gonna get to the point where you have a lot of that consumable. So we paralyze the slime creature. Yes, that's 3 shots while tanking an annihilator. But we have repel missiles, so I was not really that terrified of Crystal Spear and stuff. We get the Dark Maul, which unfortunately we cannot use. Um, but I'm still gonna buy it. Yeah, trophy. Why not? Yeah, I wish I could. I wish I could shoot the Dark Maul. Would be pretty funny. We have a Dick Jasper amulet. Is that a Randart? No, it's not. It's a normal amulet. That we could use it anyway. When it comes to Randarts that you cannot use, I think the correct thing to do is to just not check them. Yeah, because if you check them, you're just gonna be sad that you got something that you cannot make use of. Do I check these boots? Like the two of them? I mean, what else am I spending my money on? I should maybe check them indeed. But I am almost certain that as I check them, I'm going to be. Ooh! Oh boy, and I was just thinking that it would be nice to get a gloves upgrade. Okay, okay. Oh boy, guess who just got 5 slaying on a character that's doing 2 attacks per action? Oh boy. Yeah, in case this character, like, the only way for this character to get more obscene is for me to find the Hat of the Alchemist, I feel. That is the final item for this character to be just insane. The first one with the 2 potions of experience wasn't meant to be. That one had to die in order for me to get this character. Um, wow, okay. I'm very happy about how things have been shaping up. Not gonna lie. Kinda wish Kroll was like this more often. Nope. So many shops in this level. We have that Randart plate, but is it likely to be better than what I have? Probably not. Most likely not, actually. Yeah, I was thinking, why am I not wearing that helmet? That Randart helmet. But the answer is that the Randart helmet is giving me -5 intelligence, and I would like to be able to blink. But I think that I can drop most other things in my inventory. Well, including the helmet, actually. Yeah, keep the shadow scales. Armor is at 10. I'm gonna equip them once again. See how my shooting looks with them. Still really slow. I don't know how much armor I'm gonna need to be able to wear those without my shooting being completely destroyed. 23-22 defenses versus 14-32. Do note that is before enchanting. When I enchant them, they're gonna be significantly more powerful. The shadow scales. And yeah, time has come for me to get a third rune because things are going very well. I'm just going that fast through the game. It's 2 hours. Do I do elf? I feel like, yeah, sure, let's do elf. Oh yeah, it's this. But the thing is that now I'm strong enough to deal with this. Funny thing, it is about as scary as the orc band in Bolts that I saw earlier. Yeah, it is about as scary. because of the large amount of numbers and because there were knights that were mightying things. When this had a warlord, it was also really scary, but fortunately I was able to kill the warlord earlier. Um, okay, let's go to elf. Hopefully elf has some nice loot for me. I'm still repelling missiles, so I'm not too afraid of this. And yeah, I said earlier that the depot of archers were going to be a problem. Maybe they would have been a problem when I said it, but they very clearly are not a problem now. In fact, in Bolts, we fought Bolter Guardian supported band, and like I just did the same. I didn't bother using experience of Okobols or wands or anything, and turned out fine. I did keep those options in mind, of course, in case like tabbing was not really working, but tab ended up working just all right. So far from this run, my recommendation is that if you want to play Coglin with launchers, just go Kawaru. Save yourself the problem of searching for a hand cannon and go Kawaru, because apparently Kawaru is guaranteed to give you a hand cannon. Um, I don't know. Like I used the weapon acquirement, and all four options that I got were hand cannons. So maybe Okawaru is guaranteed to give you a hand cannon if by the time you use the ability you have the skill for a hand cannon or a skill reminiscent of that of a hand cannon user. We got Salt. Interesting. Worth doing? Do you think that it's worth doing, Salt? Maybe, maybe. Like, there's some room for upgrades on this character. Uh, Maybe the Scarf of Repulsion could turn into something else, though I do like the repel missiles. The boots could maybe be upgraded. Maybe the hat, maybe the body armor. The weapons, extremely unlikely, almost impossible for me to receive an upgrade when it comes to my weapons, because one of them is +9 and gives me stats and resistances. And the other one has penetration and also has resistances. So it is almost impossible for me to replace those. They're too good. They're too good. But the armor could be upgraded. It's not like I have bad armor, but I could always have better armor. And I also feel pretty strong, so I feel like this is the kind of character where I could do Desolation Assault and it wouldn't be immensely painful. I do have to say that even though my character is that powerful, I cannot just O-tab. I'm gonna follow the general game plan to do Desolation Assault. Just go to the corner and move on from there. Granite Talisman Artifact. Oh, Slay -6. Jeez, it looked really good until the Slay -6. That is a shame. I mean, I'm not using it, but it is always a shame to see an artifact so close to greatness. That looks like it is the entrance to Salt. Yep. It has angels and everything. Angels are significantly less scary than Devas. I wish they had Pearl Scales, but they don't have Pearl Scales. Pearl Scales would be like the ultimate thing to use with this character. They're they're the perfect combination of light and protective. Um, they're much better than shadow scales for this character that somehow doesn't want resistances from its body armor. Okay, Salt it is. I have 4 magic mappings. Maybe I should use one. Yeah, just go to the corner. I was going in the opposite direction. Good that I decided to use magic mapping there. Standard quarterstaff. Okay. So far, so good. Haven't really gotten into any problems. No convokers to convoke anything to spiral things out of control. Pretty nice. So you only get to make one gizmo in the whole game. I don't know. I feel like I locked out pretty hard with the things that I received this time as a Coglin. I have crazy resistances thanks to my gear. And it's just the kind of thing that is not gonna happen to you every game. I feel like I just got a good one. And if I tried to play another Coglin, I would not have the same experience. But at least so far it's nice and I'm enjoying it. Logo willpower. Worth carrying. Yeah, I think that we are at the point where we can press auto explore now. Found a Randart amulet. I'm gonna step on it to identify it. Regen, resistance to corrosion for dexterity. Would certainly be nice if I could use it. Miscast blink. Why does that happen so often? Yeah, so far I think I've cast blink successfully. No, not 50% of the time. It's a lot more than that. There's been two situations where I've wanted to blink and the first blink that I attempt is a miscast and it's hurt. Arbalest of penetration +8. Dimensional bullseye. Okay, it is level 4. It's hard to cast, funnily enough. Weaves a link between the caster's weaponry and a chosen target. Whenever the caster fires or throws something at a different enemy, a matching projectile will be teleported at the target. Spell power increases their accuracy. Googling seems like something that can do extended usually with Lack of Rings amulet. Yeah, the lack of resistance is probably really hurts when it comes to trying to do extended. But surely people have done it already because people I'm not even that good at this game because I feel like this game has a massive learning curve, like skill curve, in the sense that sure you can get good enough to win, sure you can get good enough to win consistently, um, but not all the players that can win consistently, which I personally consider myself to be in that category. Not all players that can win consistently can do the things that the best players of this game can do, which is streak for a very long time or like speed run like crazy, either turn count or real time speed running. Um, yeah, it's crazy what people can do in this game. I do have to say that I have never felt strongly enough in favor of crawl to do those kind of things or to even try to learn them. Um, if people have done it with cat, you have no doubt they can do it with this. Yeah, this is better than cat. This has some of the downsides of cat, but funnily enough, it's actually flipped around. Cat gets no weapons. This gets two weapons. Cat gets no armor. This gets only armor. Cat gets gear, or not gear, jewelry. This gets no jewelry. Okay, that was salt, and from salt we got almost nothing. We did get +1 shadow skills, to replace the +0 shadow skills that I was carrying around. So I guess that's nice. We get that. I'm gonna drop these. I'm gonna drop these because I'm probably not using them. 15 armor. What happens with the shadow skills? It doesn't tell me how it penalizes my attack speed. I wish it did. Okay, so 1.2, 1.3, 1.2 still. I'm not a fan of that. 1.3, 1.2. It makes me nervous. But I suspect that I'm never gonna be able to compensate for that. Can hand cannons spawn in the dancing blades bolt? The hollow blades? Because if that is the case, then that would be like an interesting option for a Coglin as well. We get a door bolt, but I don't think I'm making use of it. I don't think I'm opening it. We found the elf bolt. It's the last thing that we have found in the level, so yeah, let's just go for it. Don't think so. You clear hollow blades a lot and have never seen it. And if you do it a lot, I'm gonna take your word for it. I very rarely do it because it is uncommon for me to get to this point in the game without already having my weapon of choice or like a decidable weapon. On a character that cares about weapons, of course. Hero finesse this. A lot of demonologists. I don't have to fear banishment, 0%. We still have massive willpower somehow. I insist, this character got crazy, crazy lucky with its gear. Um, but we take advantage of those runs to win them. Who summoned this? Oof. Okay, that was a little bit scary, but fortunately, I think we're fine. And yeah, so far it has been a supremely easy elf bolt. No master archers to be seen, and this is the first melee elf. Okay, yeah, there we go. One blade master, one master archer. It's funny because those are the scariest elves, the ones that don't cast spells. Wow, that's a ring. Look at that ring. Pretty decent ring. I would be very happy to use it with this character if I could. Helmet of cold resistance. I'll put that on. Annual of long blades, but I don't think we care. There's some demon blades in the floor, but I mean they pale in comparison to what I'm doing. Master Archer, good luck beating me with rappel missiles. Yeah. Another manual of armor? When did I get manuals of armor? Did I just get 2 manuals of armor here? It's a shame that they don't get printed into your log. But yeah, I think that this place gave me 2 manuals of armor. If it did, it's insane. Yeah, that will make maybe getting 27 armor even a possibility. At 27 armor, you still have a -2. Oh, that's crazy. You need a lot of strength. You need 30 strength. 30 strength, man. That is the thing that I dislike the most about launcher rework. That heavy armor messes with your attack speed like that. Weapons are not so bad as long as you have a tool to kill them. Um, Example: invisibility, airstrike, MCC, Magnabolt with bombard, etc. Yeah, I don't like doing hollow blades because I feel like it's very easy to get surrounded. Um, there are also maybe weapons of distortion. Um, they're fast and there's not a lot of cover there. Also, weapons, like I really legit only do it when I want a weapon. And wanting a weapon and being in this spot in the game are things that seldom happen. Like straight up, very rarely for those two things to happen. But yeah. Anyway, I needed to get a third rune from somewhere, and I guess that somewhere might be slime. This is so powerful. Malignance. Well, time to drink a potion of mutation because I don't want Malignance to give me a bad mutation. I have 6. That's nice. Shoutitis. I don't like the for intelligence because we're very rarely using intelligence things. Dimensional Bullseye is a hex. Does it really need to be a hex? I mean, I understand why it is a hex because it does hex the monster. Um, but I feel like it shouldn't be a hex. I got Frail. My fault for not prioritizing the Shining Eye. Being too spoiled to, or being too conditioned by this character to think that pressing tab will just solve all of my problems with no danger. I'll drink more mutation to get rid of Frail because I don't like having Frail, but I'll do it later once I get out of here. What's cool about Bullseye is that it's guaranteed to land against anything that's not immune to hexes, and you can Jaras it. Doesn't check willpower. That's nice. I like hexes that do not check willpower. Except for Enfeeble. Enfeeble is a trap. I don't like Enfeeble. Yeah, one of the first games where Enfeeble was a thing that existed in the game, I had a situation where it was really dangerous, but I didn't feel like I was gonna die immediately, and I used Enfeeble on a Deep Elf Annihilator, I think it was, and I got like the full effect, the anti-magic, the blind, everything. Um, and it's still like the turn immediately after, it crystal speared me or something, and I died. Um, yeah, and ever since then, I swore that I would never use Enfeeble again because come on, level 7 hex and it still has a decent chance of literally doing nothing even if it gets the full effect. Um, yeah, that was the last time a hex betrayed me. And I don't think I've given hexes a try since then. I'm not really interested. I do, however, have interest in hexes that do not check willpower. I'm a fan of those. I just would like them to do a little bit more than what Enfeeble can do, which is nothing. The weakness and anti-magic can also be Jarad. Maybe I should try a Hexes Jara build sometime. Because apparently Jaras is something that the community likes a lot. Because I've been hearing a lot about Jaras and I don't really use it. You know, at first this run was pretty exhausting, but now we are fine. Like at first I wanted to take a break and come back tomorrow to finish it, but after Lair Branches went as well as they did, I didn't really feel like I needed to do that. Think, okay, gain some ground. There's still Hero Finesse. I don't need to buff any further. Shoot 2 or 3 times at the Royal Jelly. 3 demo. The Royal Jelly explodes. Not the greatest blink. Pretty okay, regardless. Voidus, that's new. The viscous detritus of 1,000 failed spells surging forward with a speed that defies its towering size. Its very substance is a hole in the fabric of magic. Enchantments find no purchase there. And it leeches magical power from anything it touches like a dry sponge in water. So Quicksilver ooze, but different now. Yeah, it's literally just a Quicksilver ooze. Why can't I hit it? 0% chance to hit with the +9 hand cannon. Oh yeah, because it's not on the screen. Anyway, why the rework of Quicksilver ooze into Void ooze? No idea. Looks the same to me. I treated it the same, and it pretty much performed how a Quicksilver ooze would perform. I have to look into why that was renamed. It wasn't renamed in the tournament, right? Like I'm almost certain it wasn't renamed in the tournament. Another acquirement and another Cloak of Willpower. Hand Cannon of Electrocution. But nah, like as I said, it is almost impossible for me to toss my current hand cannons away. They are too good. They're perfect. Both of them are perfect for my character. That is rune number 3, so I guess we get to do depths now. I forgot to drink mutation. I guess we do that now. Shoutitis or strength. Or strength is gonna be nice for the shadow skills, right? 3324 now, and we don't get to cast my translocations, but that's fine. Attack delay. Surely it's still. Oh, 1.2, 1.1. Let's go. Must be because I gained some strength. All right. I like that. I think we have to go back to the hat of willpower. That's 3024, but we can make it much higher than that. All right. +9 shadow skills, 3824 defenses. Ah, delightful. And I have digging too, right? Oh boy, getting to the late game is so nice because you get all these resources and you actually get to be able to use them. Um, yeah, goodbye Norris. And suddenly I'm a tank. Yep. Oh, look at that. I saw 45 at some point, or was it 43 only? Anyway, that is big armor class right there. Um, oh boy. Oh boy. This character got super strong. And I'm not really losing anything. I still have my willpower, I still have my resistances, and they're not gonna be much higher than that anyway. I'm not really capable of wearing um, gold scales or something that would give me more fire and cold resistance. So this is about as good as it's gonna get. And it is really, really good. There's no really a lot of room for complaints here. Um, like I guess the only complaint is that I'm a Coglin, but then again, if I was not a Coglin, I wouldn't be using double hand cannons. Oh boy, what a run! What a run! There were some situations where I was so close to giving up on these species. Yeah, because I before the first cannon, before the first hand cannon, it was really really bad. Um, but then I got the first hand cannon, and that kind of stabilized things, and the second hand cannon kind of sealed the deal. A 650. You can pretty much ignore it. Oh, we miscast Blink, yeah. We miscast Blink now, but I'm a tank, so it doesn't matter. When I run out of manuals, I'm gonna turn off. Yeah, I'm actually like I set it to 22, but I'm gonna continue training until I run out of manuals. That's bodies number 3 with a +4 robe this time with minus cast, by the way. But monsters cheat and minus cast doesn't affect the monsters. Otherwise, bodies wouldn't generate with a minus cast item. Yeah. Wow. I think that the double manuals of armor that I received from Elf have been kind of a huge deal. Yeah, kind of a huge deal. Is that a cigarette entrance? It is a cigarette entrance. Someone really just surrounded a cigarette entrance with translucent stone and rock. I mean, that's fine. I think that very few characters who would want to go to a cigarette wouldn't have the means to traverse that. These Spriggan Berserkers are getting kinda unexpectedly scary. They dealt so much damage to me, like 40 something armor class, and they still dealt that much damage. 23. I'm not gonna train it 23. I think we can leave it at that. We just train dodging, fighting, um, evocations. Yeah, the increase in my attack delay hasn't really been that much of a problem, fortunately. Not a big fan of taking such slow actions, but it is much better than normal because I am shooting twice, right? So if you think about it, when I shoot at 1.2, it's kind of like shooting twice at 0.6. The only downside is that I do not get to act in the meantime, right? But it is a very minor downside, all things considered. Um, yeah, nothing to really worry about. We are completely fine. I don't feel particularly hindered by the extra attack delay because of that. It also helps a lot that this character does a ton of damage. And so if I like, when I press tab, things take massive damage, so it doesn't take a lot of taps for me to be killing things. So many enchant weapons acquirement. Oh no, the acquirement I already had it. I'm gonna get the money because we don't need anything else from that acquirement. We also don't need the money, but might as well. Okay, so far the depths has been mostly painless. Yeah, this is the kind of game that I like where things are not necessarily free because there's been a couple of situations where if I had just been autopiloting pressing O and tab, I would have died. But that kind of situation is not every fight. When it's every fight, that's when this game is just too much for me. On the other hand, having situations where it's none of the time is like that, when none of the time is the game threatening me in any way whatsoever. That's boring, but I definitely feel like it's preferable to those situations where the game is just a constant struggle. Oh, park it. Park it deserves hero finesse. Yeah, if park it dies. But I needed hero finesse for that. If I had just that, oh wow, Parkit has Dragon King. I'm gonna pick those up. I think that Parkit may have like a 1% chance for that. Other uniques that can generate with on Randarts have a 1% chance to generate with on Randarts. It might be the same for Parkit. Um, Certainly the first time that it happens for me, that he gets the Dragon King armor. I hope you have enjoyed this run so far, and in general my crawl content. After this character, I am going to take a break from crawl once again, because I think that formula works very well. Like stream other stuff, try to diversify, and then go back to crawl for the tournament. Um, Nice to see a stump to finish it off. Yes, um, I just have to not die, and then we are completely fine. Very entertaining to watch the crawl games. I'm glad that you have liked them. I it's been okay. Like it's not been a terrible experience or anything. It's not been like I wish I hadn't done it. But it also still reaffirms my decision that I should not be playing this game in the amounts that I was playing when I was like when I started streaming. It just doesn't work anymore for me. But I can play a little bit every now and then, especially because I know you like it. The people of the internet who like to watch me like it when I play this game. That's Boris number 4. Interesting. I'm gonna read Tele because I feel like this could get kind of spooky. Okay. You left for a bit and I now have 41 armor class. Yeah, I got +1 shadow scales and 2 manuals of armor. And I was like, okay, time to go for them. And so now we have 22 armor, and I enchanted the shadow scales to +9, and it's okay because I don't need the resistances. Talking about resistances, I have 5 potions of resistance, um, and 2 potions of haste, which fortunately I haven't needed because finesse. Those are pretty much only for defensive purposes. Grove, what do you want from me? 2 scrolls of acquirement. If I had known, I would have acquired money earlier. Yeah, what a game. And to think that this is the game that immediately succeeded the 2 potions of experience on the one game. And I didn't win that one. That one, that's the only good thing that character got. 2 potions of experience on D1. The rest of it was a massive pain. I like it's crazy. That character found like 1 scroll of tele, wasn't it? Or was it 1 or 2 scrolls of tele? Anyway, it was nasty. And I'm glad that that character died because it gave way to this one, which has been crazy. I don't know if you were here when I got it, but I also got the Gauntlets of War. So yeah, it's been a run. You know what? This is a hero in a situation. Bad blink. All these guys are circed. That is definitely a little bit of a problem. Mm. You've been playing a lot of Vinestalker Fighter of Sif Muna. You would love it. I showed you the Sif Fighter build a while back. Yeah, Sif Fighter. I love Sif Fighter. Pretty much the only way to use Sif Muna. Okay, the Berserkers are kind of ruining things because otherwise I feel like I do win against these guys. But the Berserking monsters make me want to teleport, and so I re-teleport. With this amount of HP in these defenses, I think we're fine. I don't really think that we're gonna be in serious trouble. 46, 29 defenses with Hero. An Orb of Fire on Sod 1. Okay. Now I kind of wish I don't teleport because I want to kill it. On the other hand, it would be really spooky to fight it with this HP, with these resistances. Maybe it was for the best. We regen. We jump back in the fray. I was shredding that orb of fire. Yeah, I was hero finessed, which helped a lot. Another Berserking Storm Dragon and the orb of fire. Okay, 42 damage from the fireball. That's not neat. Gonna hero finesse once again. Should I duel the orb of fire? I think that I can wait until I take some damage. Like if I take some damage, the duel can serve as a heal. It's not going great because it's still alive, and there we go. We finally got a good roll. Took me a little bit, but we finally got a good roll. Killed the orb of fire. Yeah, of all the monsters here, orbs of fire are probably the scariest one for my character because I am a Coglin and so I only get access to one source of fire and cold resistance, which is my thing that I made my gizmo. So, so yeah. I wish Shadow Scales gave resistance to negative, but they don't. They give stealth for some reason. You didn't know they could spawn on Sot 1? They can spawn in the entirety of Sot. They're very rare. They're like in layer terms, they're like a double pass or What other rare monster? They're like Caustic Shrikes or Juggernauts. Like they're in that tier of power. Well, they're like that kind of monster to be more precise. They're not like that tier power. But what I mean is that they're like above and beyond their peers in the branch. Like there's the normal monsters, like these death cops and the draconians, of course. And then there's like the big monsters that you don't see very often, like cursed toes, electric golems, killer clowns. All of those can generate outside of SOT 5. The only ones that don't generate normally outside of SOT 5, I think, are the leeches. I think that SOT 5 does place a bunch of leeches just because. You like to hunt Orbs of Fire and then MCC them? That does sound pretty good because um, Hunt does pretty much guarantee slows on the Orbs of Fire, which are normally difficult enemies to slow. In this case, the Orb of Fire that generated, I'm pretty sure came from this bolt. Almost certain that it came from this bolt. Because this bolt is full of red draconians. Yep, yep. It came from that vault. But they can generate just like wandering around. No problem. Also helps block lows from all mutate. Oh, line of sight from all mutate. I don't even need to go for a full clear, but this character can do it, no problem. I do have to say that the more I clear of SOT, the more I expose myself to the possibility of finding orbs of fire. I guess that the more orbs of fire I find and the more they erode my consumables, the more I am likely to just go straight down. So I guess if it happens again, I might consider diving past everything. Oh yeah, this is a powerful character, and I do feel like these kind of characters used to be a lot more abundant. Um, there was a time where I could stream 5 days a week, and 5 days a week I would end the stream in a victory. That was a couple of years ago. Not anymore, but I do remember and cherish those days. And it is nice when a character that is reminiscent of those times happens to appear on the stream. When it comes to experience evocables, we haven't really found a lot. Only the two that I have in my inventory at the moment. First time that I did this, I didn't even mention it, but trees are immune to torment, so Potion of Tree is really good for dealing with cursed toes. If you don't have the resistance, which I don't and cannot get because, well, you know why, because Coglin. Oh, it's turning into Berserking White Draconians. That's kind of scary. Yeah, of all the things that it could turn into, turning into White Draconians is among the scariest. Wrong place to land after blinking. Somehow we are kind of okay. All right, we got to a choke point. In a choke point, even while they're buffed, I can deal with them. Um, but being surrounded by those things was actually pretty spooky. I should consider myself very lucky that I found that many scrolls of enchant armor in the course of a run. I think I found like 9, 8 that I had in my inventory when I started using them, and one that I re-identify. Yeah, normally you don't find that many, or at least that's how it feels to me. And yeah, this is an absolute juggernaut of a character. 13, 9, 26 defenses are heavenly defenses. Really, really crazy good. And on top of that, I have 1 pip of every resistance that I really care about. The only one that I'm missing is resistance to negative. Um, but that's just how it is sometimes. Hold on. 5 times 26. 5 times 26. I have 130 willpower. Would I be able to get away with taking off the hat? Let's see what happens if I take off the hat. 9% chance to get paralyzed with no willpower sources. I am experienced level 26, so it does take a while, but apparently you can get away with having no willpower sources if you just gain enough levels. The thing is that getting to the point where you're that experienced without willpower in the first place is going to be rough. And because of that, I just go back to my hat of willpower. I have no real reason to put on the hat of the helmet of cold resistance. I would if it was fire resistance, but cold resistance is just not that important here, and that's why I say that this place needs a monster that does what a normal fire does, but for cold damage. Maybe they could rotate. They could generate um, one time Orb of Fire, on another time the other guy, and yeah, I was stabbing there. Could be a problem. Yes, this could be a problem indeed. Oh, wow. Heavenly random blink. Well, semi-random, you know what I did. I like that technique of blocking my line of sight with Fogo to manipulate where I am going to land. Um, yep, can't tab Orbs of Fire. I can tab everything else, but I cannot tab Orbs of Fire. I need to, like, if I'm gonna be fighting an Orb of Fire, I need to wait. What? I think that my attack delay may have taken a hit because I lost a 4 strength. Yeah, I was at 24 strength and now I'm at 20. So my evasion, no, my evasion is still the same, but I might be at 1.3 attack delay because of that strength loss. 1.2, 1.1. No, we're fine. Yeah, it's crazy that I can tap Berserk Dragons, but I cannot tap Orbs of Fire. Not really that crazy, but in general, like what I mean is I can tap Berserk Dragons, no problem. That is the crazy part. I do have to notate that not all of the dragons are that powerful. For example, like the golden dragon is definitely the scariest one when it's berserked. Got 40, 20, 20, but compare that to a shadow dragon, which is another common dragon to be berserked here, and that's 20, 15, 15. nothing that scary or problematic. It does like almost half the amount of damage that the Golden Dragon does. Storm Dragon also 25, 15, 15. The only really, really spooky dragon is the Berserk Golden Dragon. I guess the other ones are still pretty fast, and if there's too many of them, they are definitely quite problematic. But none of them are on the level of the Golden Dragon. Um, I don't like this net trap. I feel like that net trap kinda ruins everything. You gotta block line of sight a bit because I don't want to be constantly netted by monsters running a conga train on top of it. Unfortunately, there's no mark trap here. I would really like to be marked. I just pull things into my corridor and shoot everything. If I had a scroll of noise, this would be the time to use it. I never really took advantage of scroll of noise for the purposes of doing SOT 5, but I suppose people did because at some point scrolls of noise went from being straight up detrimental items marked in red to items that are dangerous to use marked in purple. I do have to say that among all the items marked in purple, they are probably the worst items marked in purple. It does have to compete with things like Tin of Tremor Stones and Scrolls of Immolation. Yeah, even Scrolls of Bone are more impactful than Scrolls of Noise. So far, it's been really, really easy. Oh, there we go. I just had to go and speak, didn't I? I think that it's worth it to blink away from that. Yeah, well worth it. I go down to one blinking, but I'm so powerful that I don't think that's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna drink Resistance, Hero Finesse, and we can kill Orbs of Fire now. I'm ready. Until 1% chance to miscast Blink. Delightful. If I cared more about casting, I would probably get rid of that Wild Magic mutation. Okay, that was pretty crazily one-sided. Okay, this has potential to be quite annoying because of this Dispersal Trap. I don't have the means to give myself minus tele other than using a potion of 3, and I don't really feel like doing that at the moment. I could apport the orb, so that is no problem. I can apport the orb. At some point it seems crypto, yeah, like the no orbs of fire so far, and immediately get orbs of fire. Yeah, I guess that we apport the orb so I don't step on these. Now pick up the orb and get out of here. In case you're wondering why apporting the orb starts the orb run, way back in the day, people used to apport the orb to the stairs and then pick up the orb in the stairs, and then that would start the orb run one level earlier, or like one level, like it let you skip a level. That's what I mean. And of course, that was not what the developers wanted. So So that got removed. My title. Yeah, what a great character. Oh, Panlord. I could still die. Don't lower your guard. Uh, uh, got big evasion. Immune to fire. Not a lot of armor class. Resistance to electricity. Maybe a Train of Tremor Stones could get the job done. But you know what also gets the job done? Not fighting it. Or maybe I can just kill it. Okay, that is surprising. Oh, another Panlord. Wow. Another Panlord with big evasion, not a lot of armor class. Not really that scary, but I'm gonna go upstairs anyway. I'll need to kill it. City Metal. I'll try to shoot it down. Yesterday I mentioned it, but once again today is Mexican Independence Day, and you may be thinking, why did you mention it yesterday and today? But it is because Mexican Independence Day happens at 11 p.m. of yesterday. So today is the holiday. You can go out on September 16th, and like the streets are empty and everyone is like at home. Um, and it is nice. Yeah, I didn't even go out to buy my tacos, which I always like to have on Mondays because I knew that it was not gonna be open. I'll go tomorrow for my tacos. Ah, nice. They're like in case you want to know about them, they're grilled chicken tacos. Like the chicken is of course seasoned um with fries. So the tacos have chicken and fries, and I also buy extra fries to put on my tacos. That is it's so filling, and it is not as expensive. It is a little bit expensive, so like certainly more expensive than it would be for me to get them myself, but a lot more expensive than a lot of other places that I could get food from. To the degree where, in order to fill myself up the way that I do when I have those tacos, I would have to pay a lot more, and yeah, that's not really convenient for me. Anyway, we reached 27. I cleared all of SOT, and only in the orb run I reached 27, close to the ending of the orb run too. All right, this character came dangerously close to being Diesel. What is being Diesel? 46 armor class and 31 evasion. This character ended at 3928 with the ref buff that I get from my thingy, the Gizmo. Yeah, with the ref parry, the +5 armor class, I am at 44. If I hero, I'm at 4132. So if I rev it up to its entirety and then I hero, I will have the diesel stats. I'm just gonna wait for something to spawn, and I'm gonna try to rev it up to the max. 4532. Come on, I need 46. Come on. Aha, that's what I mean. 4632. So now we can get out with diesel stats, just barely, but the fact that I got those on this character is pretty neat. This was a great character. What does that mean? Well, Diesel is kind of like a meme term for a character um, that is really powerful for some reason. That was coined by a player that used to be a really good player when I was a new player. That was called Mikey underscore. Mikey underscore stopped playing many years ago, but Mikey invented many terms and concepts for the game, like Diesel. Um, and also, Mikey really likes slaying and really disliked tower shields. Back in the day, they were called large shields. So both of those things are inscribed with Mikey in my RC file. Um, and so we get diesel stats. Let me get out of here. Please keep the 46 armor class when I go upstairs. Okay, it does keep the 46 armor class. Let's go. What a nice run. And we end with so many on Randards on here. Well, not many. I think that I only got two. Well, still, the two that I got is Dragon King and Dark Maul, right? Yeah, what a nice character. Now it is time for me to end stream and come back tomorrow when I am going to be playing Stone Shard and also invite Death Apparatus to Deathlock. I haven't forgotten about that. So yeah, I um I had a great time somehow. It was rough at the start, especially with the run that I lost, but after that things went okay. That was under 3 hours too, which is magical considering that I started a character that didn't get very far, and then I was able to actually win a character in the same stream. That's remarkable. It sentenced me to the Holy Grail run. I have to abyss until I get every Unrandart. Why would anyone do that? You know how you do that? You don't abyss, you do cigarettes. I have done something very reminiscent of that in my Mega Sig run. It only took me 11 cigarettes to get the full set of Rings of the Octopus King. They're not that rare. Or maybe I just got super lucky with Rings of the Octopus King, but yeah, you wouldn't do it with the Abyss. You would do it with cigarettes if you want to do it. You remember watching Implogene do cigarettes one after the other to max the skills? You max it, you max everything at like the fifth or sixth cigarette mark. It depends on your aptitudes. Um, is that on YouTube, the Mega Sig run? It might be. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. It was a while ago. Yeah, and I don't really want to ever do it again, so like a one and done kind of thing. Um, it was a demon spawn. That I know for sure. Let me see if it appears. Okay, maybe if I search for Megasig. Ah, having a bit of a hard time finding it, but it most likely is on YouTube because here's the thing. Um, that kind of run, I know that I was not going to repeat it, so it would be crazy if I didn't put it on YouTube. If you are on my Discord, I'm gonna search for it, and I'm gonna put it on my Discord when I find it. But anyway, time to end stream now. Thank you for everything. I appreciate the continued support, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it. Freezy Reezy, nice run. Yeah, it was a pretty okay run. Yeah. Now I get to rest. Why are the high scores all Vine Stalkers? I just noticed. What is up with that? Why is it all Vine Stalkers? Is that like the new meta for turn count speedrunning Vine Stalkers? I mean, they are pretty powerful. I've always known that they're pretty strong. for turn count speed running. Um, yeah. Octopod, Holy Grail Run, Trident, and all 8 rings. I've always thought that when it comes to the ring of the Octopus King, it should it should give you like stacking bonuses depending on how many of them you equip. Like you know how it gives 1 point in everything pretty much, and then one resistance or like one special thing, depending on the specific ring of the Octopus King. I think that all of that, except for the special thing, should be multiplied by the amount of rings of the Octopus King that you're wearing. So it gives a bonus to the Trident. Is that what they do now? The rings? If so, that's new. Um, but when I amassed the collection, because I had the Trident and all the rings, it didn't really do anything. And also, I was not an Octopod. I was a Demon Spawn, so I didn't really get to use that anyway. But what I mean is like the rings all give you 1 of something. I feel like if you equip 2, you should get 2 of everything per ring, so 4. And then an octopod would get 8 of everything per ring because it's equipping all the rings, so 64. And I feel like it wouldn't be broken because no one is gonna get that. And it would like if you're an octopod, then that would make finding rings of the Octopus King a pretty exciting thing. Yeah, giving a bonus to the trident isn't even like it's not the same. It's not as exciting because first you need the trident, and then it is a trident. It's not a demon trident. Maybe if it was a demon trident, it would be more of a respectable thing to use, um, even without the rings. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like let's say that you're wearing a full set that is plus 16. Yeah, is a plus 24 trident good? It is still a trident. Like at the base damage of something really affects how nice it is beyond a certain point in the game. It might be plus 24, but it is still a trident. I'm not convinced. If it was a demon trident, it would be a different thing. But anyway, now I am going to end stream for real. See you around. Thank you for everything.